Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Well, it seems like it is. Which means the portal to many dimensions is once again open. TADAIMA! Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichigen. Is your favorite superstar resurrected from the dead? Maybe. The multi-dimensional Tajigen Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. Now, in the grand scheme of things, the time in which I've been gone has not been that long, but it feels like it's been so long because so much has happened. So, it's good to see you all. I think the voice got a little bit too loud there, too high-pitched. Not sure if the microphone if the filters and all got caught there, but anyway. You may notice we don't even have like a transition from before because my god, so much has happened. I don't even know where to start. Mostly I wanted to talk about all of those things on the stream today before hopefully going to some gacha and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Things are relatively stable now with the computer. But hello maniacs. I hope everybody has been doing well because it's been a little while, a little bit over 2 weeks. And you know, the last stream we had was the anniversary stream on February 11th. So, it's been quite a few days. And even that week, I didn't stream for the entire week until that Saturday, February 11th. So, most of February I was just gone, which of course was not my intent. Such devastation! This was not my intention! And a lot of devastation has indeed happened to my poor computer. A lot of freaking out because I don't have the money for the most expensive parts right now, and I have blown all my budget in the latest things I need to do. Repairs, checking up, new drives, new RAM memories, etc. And even now, the issues I don't feel like they have been fully solved. The last issue that happened, the latest one, it's more like he got swept under the rug. And as long as we don't have to move the rug or something, everything is fine. It's kind of like that meme from The Simpsons in which Homer is showing himself before March, and he looks very thin and lean now. He lost all his fat, apparently. And then you see behind him, and he has like a lot of hooks just holding the fat together, and it looks awful on the back. Like it's just all barely held together, and it can all come crashing down as long as one of those hooks gets undone. That's kind of what it feels like. But well, I've chronicled a lot of this on Twitter and Discord, freaking out a lot. I hope I didn't come across as too negative or too, what's the word, doom feeling like, whatever the bloody word for that is. But especially when I thought that the graphics card was the issue, it looks like everything is perfectly fine with the graphics card. So when I thought it was that issue, I was despairing because if the graphics card dies, well, I'm gonna have to take an extended hiatus. Though I was glad to see that I found a really good price for a 3080, I think. No, 3060 I think it was. And well, there's also such a thing as a used graphics card, but I preferably want to go for a new one. But thankfully graphics card prices are not that high now, but yeah. As soon as I have stable income for these sorts of things again, I'm really going to start investing on the computer. It's gonna be a long time before I go live to the as I wanted to, because it's gonna be a lot of money. I calculated a little bit all the upgrades that I need to do. I might as well be upgrading literally everything except the case on the computer right now. So with that sort of thing in mind, it's a lot of money, and it's just a little bit above what I originally invested on the PC with all the initial parts. Yeah, because when I upgrade both the GPU and the CPU, for example, it would require a change of the motherboard and the power supply unit, I think. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bottleneck. I'm going to spend more watts than the power supply unit can take, and we don't want that happening. And the motherboard wouldn't be able to support some of those latest tech, I think. So I probably would be better off upgrading the power supply unit and doing something like that. But yeah, the best thing that came out of this is that I got a RAM memory upgrade that, come to think of it, I should have gotten a while ago, especially since RAM memory is not that expensive. I have occupied all 4 sockets on the motherboard, where previously I occupied at most 2. Every one of them has an 8GB RAM memory. There's 2 different brands, 2 pairs of different brands each, but they work well together. Work well enough for me. I really don't care about the megahertz or anything like that. I don't know how important it is, but it hasn't affected me in any way, really. I'll leave that for like a future PC or whatever, but I have 32GB, which I've never had before, and it's been very lovely. Right now I'm monitoring the RAM memory and it's at like 42%. Mostly my web browser, which is not Chrome, not for the stream by the way. PC Phase, the streaming, the VTubing software and the streaming software. They're the ones that occupy the most. My streaming software, OBS, 4.5 gigabytes in total or so. The GPU is getting used a lot, but that is normal. Nothing has really changed about that. I updated the drivers yesterday though. I have been keeping up with the updates and everything, for the most part. Though I think yesterday was maybe the first time ever, or in a long time, in which I updated it on the day itself.
Supernova explosion!
Super Mario Bros. 2, right? No, wait.
OMG, he lives. Praise the sun.
Praise the sun, indeed. That was Super Mario Bros. 2, right? And I think the Super Mario All-Stars version. Alluring Direstorm, I think I live. I am not in one piece, I think. I was saying this earlier. I'm gonna talk a little bit in more detail about this, but things don't feel like they're fixed. They feel like they got swept under the rug and things are stable as long as a particular thing doesn't move. But I'm guessing it's kind of a software or BIOS thing, but alluring for the 11th month now. Only one more before you get that golden supernova badge. And thank you for those 11 months. Wherever you may go, whether it's Tamriel, whether it's Eorsia, Vanadiel, the galaxy far, far away, Middle Earth, Earth 2, Gallifrey, planet Vegeta, wherever you may go, you have gone from shining superstar to shinier still supernova, exploding in epic fashion, as we usually do here. Hope you're doing well, Allurin. I feel bad because I haven't even like stopped by, talked to you here and there. I never got to ask you, Allurin, how was the Final Fantasy, or rather the Square Enix concert? It's been a while now and I never asked you. You probably talked about it on your stream and on Discord, your Discord, but I didn't check. The Galaxy of Destiny 2, nice. Well, there's Earth, there's the planets. I don't remember what planets you had the most. I think the moon was there. The moon of this of Earth's solar system, that is. Something like that. Yeah. Did they play anything Octopath Traveler related? Sooner than later, I hope to get Octopath Traveler 2, by the way. Maybe I'll get it on PC so we can play it on the stream. Though the Switch would be nice because it's portable and everything, but I can't really stream from the Switch. From my Switch. But, well, yeah, like, as I was saying, the first priority when I start getting stable income for these sorts of things again is to get a new SSD M2 drive, because my motherboard has space for one, and I'll get one. I didn't realize, I mean, it's been 5 years since the last time I bought an SSD. This whole ordeal has revealed to me that SSD prices, that is solid state drive prices, have decreased so much. The last time I bought one was in 2017, over 5 years ago. Late 2017. And yeah, like, what I bought for this 960 gigabyte SSD that replaced my 4 terabyte HDD was like half the price that I paid for the 240 gigabyte SSD 5 years ago, and it was discounted back then. So can't really say it because it's not USD. The conversion may not be fully accurate, but yeah. It was basically half the price of much less space from before at a discount. So that's great. This is SATA though. It's an SATA one. Eventually I'll want to buy that M2 1TB drive, well, 960 gigabytes, whatever you want to call it, and migrate the operating system there. I don't know how to do that. I'm probably gonna get a tech to do it. My tech friend. Absolutely good at it. Though I think there's something kind of weird with the way he tinkered with the RAM memory that was causing those issues that only got solved when I occupied all 4 sockets. Not sure if that had anything to do with it, and when I upgraded to 32 gigabytes. But when I was at 16 gigabytes, just like before, even with a new one that I bought last weekend, everything was not working. So I don't know. It's really fucking weird. But I remember when he was only reading 8 out of the 16, I don't remember what he said he did. I'm really bad at remembering things, especially if I don't really understand them. Like, you know, when I get... We've also been getting a lot of construction work happening on the building where I live. And without telling too many details, I have to be aware of the things that happen, even supervise them to an extent. And I'm told here and there, like, we did this, we did that, we did this with the water, there was a leak here, blah, 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 blah. And they tell me something, but I don't really understand how it all works, so I don't really remember what they said. I kind of, well, there was a leak on the thingy. What was the name of the thingy? Oh, it's called that, right. That's what they said, I think. I don't remember the names of these things. They're too scientific for me. And, and well, it's the same with that. Something with the BIOS maybe, or something that's kind of like a BIOS. It was a software thing. And I can't fathom what else it could be. I could be wrong about my assessment of this. But yeah, the concert was awesome. One of the coolest experiences of my life, no joke. I can imagine it, Lurin, absolutely. So much awesomeness happened. I'll have to tell you some of the stories over voice sometimes, maybe in the future collab. They are pending. More Final Fantasy collabs and Realm Royale Reforged, both which are games I need to reinstall. I haven't reinstalled Final Fantasy 14. It's safe to say we're not gonna have it this Friday, but I'm hoping to have a stream this Friday. We'll talk more about that later. And it's because it's gonna be like 100 gigabytes easily. Like, I don't remember how many they were. I looked it up online and it told me it's 80 gigabytes. It's always more than they tell you because of updates and because of in-game downloads and stuff like that. So I rounded it up to like 100 gigs. And I have about 300 gigabytes free right now on the new drive. You have to remember that I went from a 4... We're having internet issues, hold on. Some drop frames. Mikro! Thank you for the hydrate, I'm gonna do it in a moment. Yeah, internet going unstable here and there, there's still nothing I can do about that. That's another kind of scuff, nothing to do with the latest issues that we're about to talk about, provided everything goes well. Anyway, hopefully things didn't buffer or lag too much. Hold on. I look so funny there, but that's the hydrate. I think it was very obvious that I was drinking there. Just you know what happens when I do that? I'm like taking in the energies, the particles that are coming out of the portal behind me. The time vortex, if you will. I made a great comeback with Doctor Who in this hiatus though. I've been listening to some great audio stories from Big Finish, watching some classic stories as well. If we have time, we can talk about it today. They didn't play any Octopath Traveler music, however, they did have a limited edition soundtrack CD for the first Octopath Traveler game that had bonus tracks and a signed poster from the head composer. Ah! Amazing! And if I'm not mistaken, I think that composer was also in Master Duel. That face should be on a thumbnail, you're right. I like it. Yeah, that could make a great thumbnail. Hold on, I'm gonna make a note if I can. What was at about 17 minutes? We've been live for like over 18 minutes now. But yeah, feels like we've been live for longer. Huh, interesting. But yeah, so, well, I was thinking that I was gonna spend a while telling you all the juicy details about what happened lately with the tech issues, step by step. I was gonna take a whole hour talking about it. Maybe we're not gonna take that long, since I just realized there's other things I'll talk about too, probably. But I'm gonna try to say it in a brief way. So this all started the very day after we did that anniversary stream, February 11. February 12, Sunday, the day after, my heart sank as I saw that my 4 terabyte drive disappeared. Oh yeah, and I was saying before going on another tangent there, I was able to back everything up, I can tell you right now, just like a great sigh of relief there. But I did go from 4 terabytes to 960 gigabytes, all rounded up, because it always uses up a little bit. Like if you buy 1 terabyte, it's gonna tell you that there's 900 something available, because some of that is used for, I don't know, something to do with the system, installation on the system, I don't know. So it's never gonna be exactly the amount they tell you. I don't know if this is a great analogy, but it's kind of like when you get a paycheck, you're not gonna get everything you get in there because some of that is gonna be taxed. So it's kind of like that. I've always compared it to that for some reason. I don't know. Am I the only one? Fortunately, gotta head out as I have some IRL stuff to do tonight. But good to see you again. Your PC's health continues to get better. Your fellow warriors of light miss you. Yeah, we left on like in the middle of like the Manderville Madness storyline. Is kind of a weird point to leave it on. So I am planning to resume with that. And well, I do miss Eorzea. Trust me. Being able to install Master Duel, Fall Guys, some other things here and there, but Final Fantasy XIV is a big one. And it would be good because I want to do tests with Final Fantasy XIV. Everything shows that it should work just fine, but you never know. But yeah, Lurin, have a good one. Taking care of whatever it is you need to take care of. I will see you, alright? We'll see you round for sure. Now, so it all started then. The issue started with the drive. There was absolutely nothing with the RAM memory. That's the thing that's been like giving me a headache, figuratively speaking, not actually a headache as of late, but Doki and I are itching to play a Realm game, by the way. Aha. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing so many updates. I saw a tweet earlier that they were like tinkering with something. But yeah, I'll see you around, Allurin. I'll see you around. Oh, by the way, we have a new emote, everyone, courtesy of Gaia Viridian. Thanks so much to Gaia for doing this. Let's see. Is this one? It's not noticeable all the time, but it says IDK for I don't know. But I get the feeling it can be used for all sorts of things, like maybe when I was drinking water right there, when I had my mouth open like that, it would work out. It would work to have that. So thank you so much to Gaia for doing it. She did one for all the party members of the D&D campaign that by now has been retired, by the way. It was a fun campaign. At least we got to end it in a conclusive note because we finished an arc. And that was it. That was it. But for a bunch of reasons I won't get into here, the campaign is retired. I do hope to get back to D&D someday. But to be fair, right now I don't see the time for it. I gotta treat it like a stream, you know? Scheduled in the same way as a stream, whether I'm streaming it on my end or not. Because I don't have time for it any other way. Anyway, so yeah, it started with the drive and immediately... So there are 2 techs I consulted. There's this tech that I know, that is a family friend, a family acquaintance friend, depending on how you see it. And he's great, but it's better for me with the other tech friend that I ended up seeing because I give it to him from like a place he works at. Like, he's a friend, yes, a lifelong friend, but I also do it like through the formal place of work where he's at, where he's the, well, among other things, a repair technician. And ultimately, I like to have it with him, first of all, because there's like an actual like warranty and documentation given to you when you give things for repair, for checkups and all that. It's not like a casual, oh, can you check my PC or something like that. And also because he's my friend, he's a lifelong friend, and communication with him is super easy because of that. Super easy and super approachable because of that. The other person though, he's reliable enough though, not to say anything bad against him. He's saved my life, like when it comes to drive backup so many times, including this time. But yeah, the drive was dying. I delivered it to him on that same day, that same Sunday at night. I said, okay, when are you available? Maybe tomorrow. He said, I'm available right now if you want to bring it to me. Okay, wow, all right. And he checked it. I don't remember the timeline exactly of how long he took. It was a couple of days, actually. He went and repaired the drive itself, reinstalled it. I also went ahead and got him to install the new 960 gigabyte SSD that's basically replacing this one. So I actually would have liked to have more SSDs or buy more space, but I didn't have the money for it. Ultimately it worked out though, as I'll tell you in a moment. But well, I am lacking space to have as many video games as before. But yeah, so the drive was working. Sometimes I had to restart to get Windows to make it show up. To have it recognized, like it recognizes it, but it doesn't show it in like File Explorer and stuff like that. So yeah, I got the computer delivered back, and it was like a Friday or Saturday, or I don't remember when it was. The timeline is there on Discord, on the dates, on Twitter as well. But it was all still within that first week, and I started backing everything up. Within one afternoon, evening, I was able to back everything I needed. Which was a huge relief. Like the drive was able to last just long enough. Well, no, it lasted beyond that, but it kind of looked for a moment like it was going out. It was able to last long enough to be able to back up everything I needed, and I got to find out that the things that I absolutely needed, that are irreplaceable for the most part, like video production files, live stream related files. Like, let's say my logo here, that OBS is, reading from somewhere within the computer, right? Assets, etc., thumbnails. Thankfully, I did have a backup when the drive issues first started showing up that I should not have ignored back then, but it was a little bit outdated. If anybody remembers, I did report on them a little bit at the very start of the year, January 4. And then, yeah, it all came to a head on February 12th. But yeah. Because just to give you an idea of how much I actually needed to back up out of what I had, it was a 4 terabyte drive, and I had over 3 terabytes of space occupied already. But I only needed to back up a little bit less than 1 terabyte, and even some of those things were not absolutely necessary. It's some cuts I've done. One thing I used to do on the Kamen Rider Daily account is that I had cuts of clips from Kamen Rider series and movies, in which I would show a henshin for most of them. They're not really necessary. Ultimately I can just cut them again one day, but if I could help it, I would back it up, and it is backed up. And you know how big the folder is? It's over 166 gigabytes or something like that. Over 160 gigabytes. Something like that was the number. So I'm thinking that I might delete a lot of those clips. It would be a chore to do them again, but it's not like I've been doing those clips again on Twitter for copyright reasons and stuff like that. But yeah, what was I gonna say? So I might delete them, and that's gonna be about the space that FF14 will occupy. Right now I have about 300 gigabytes or so free, and I could install it, but I'd rather have a little bit more space after that. So basically, the things I had in there that I didn't back up, that I need to get again, well, that's the thing, I can just reobtain them, no problem, is mostly video games. Some other media that occupied a lot of space, but again, it's all stuff that can be recovered. And yeah, apparently I had over 2 terabytes or so of that. I had a lot of games installed, now I don't anymore. Some other software, for example, 3Teen, B2 software I had to reinstall. And what else was I... Yeah, software like that. But yeah, of the games I've been having a rotation lately, I only reinstalled Master Duel and Fall Guys. They were the easiest to get, especially Master Duel, doesn't occupy that much space. And which, by the way, I hope we're playing it in a little bit, maybe in the next hour or so. I want to do some gacha. We're actually not going to do any duels. We're just going to spend the entirety of it opening packs because we have more than enough time for that. I've been saving up the recent 1st anniversary bundle, which gives you a lot of golden accessories, Dark Magician stuff, a special Dark Magician card, 30 packs, that's 300 cards. And yeah, And I also have some extra gems after that. I'm planning to open even more packs from there, so I've been saving it up for a stream. I was so close to doing it off stream. But the good thing is, I have until like March 25, 26 or so to open them. So that was the good thing. I really made a note of that. But yeah. Anyways, I packed everything up, and then I started seeing the computer not perform as well. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've had a RAM memory issue. So usually I suspect there's issues with the RAM memory sometimes when I see performance issues like that happening. So I went and took a look at the task manager, and lo and behold, it is once again giving me that bloody issue that I've had like twice before, in which it only reads half of what it actually has right there. I had 16 gigabytes of RAM memory, and it was only reading 8 of them. 8.1 was reserved for like hardware, that's what it told me. The last time I had that issue, it was first solved by... I actually solved it myself. It was kind of a learning process in a bad way, by taking out the RAM memory and then putting it back in. And it was terrifying for me because it had to be done in a particular way. When you put RAM memory in a computer, you have to make sure you press it with enough force so that you hear a clicking sound. And if you're able to see inside of it, if it's not like too dark or what's the word, or cramped, you're able to see these little locks be secured. You don't secure them yourself. You just press it, and the locks automatically get secured into the RAM memory. And you have to undo them when you want to get the RAM memory out. This is very important. But I was super afraid to press it too hard and break something. And so it took me a long time to actually press it with enough force, and I was just freaking out so much, thought I did something wrong. And about a year later, or maybe like 10, 11 months later after that, I had the issue again, and this time it was because one of the RAM memories was damaged. Looking back at it now, I realize I was wrong about my assessment, but my assessment of this was that I broke it because I inserted it wrong, because I did too many attempts to insert it right. This thing about RAM memory insertion is going to be important later, so stick with me for that too. But actually, no, looking back at it, I did it right enough. As it turns out, the motherboard, the RAM memories, the motherboard looks like it's pressed down. When you press down on it to put the RAM memory in, you can see the motherboard kind of sinking in, and it's freaky to see that. It freaks the fuck out of you because it makes you think you're gonna break something. But apparently it's all fine. Again, my tech friend told me about that. I asked him about it, like, hey, I'm afraid of doing the RAM memory like this. I tried it before, and this is what happened. But no, he told me it's okay. It's okay. They can withstand that. They're not gonna break that easily. You know, if you're doing something like that. So yeah, this time I had the issues again, and I got my tech friend at last to check that RAM memory situation, took the computer to him, and he did that thing that I mentioned that I didn't understand fully, in which he did something with the BIOS or something software on the software side, not on the hardware side, in which he made sure that the computer would read the 16 out of the 8 gigabytes, and he wouldn't just make the mistake of reading just like half of it as he was doing. And he gave it back to me, and unfortunately issues were still happening. Didn't notice them initially, but then I started to see that programs just weren't running well, and this was not happening before. Like when he was having that issue where it was only reading like half of it, it was okay. So in this situation, and based on what happened last time, since I have 2 sticks and not one of the things you have to do to test it is to use only 1 stick on the RAM memory, on the motherboard, and then take 1 stick out, leave 1 in, test that, see how it works, and then put the other 1 in and see what happens. And I did that. So again, I asked him how to go about this, and I started to get really desperate, impatient, and lack of a better word. I started to get really fed up with things, and I'm like, you know what, Khaiden, it's time to take matters into your own hands again. I'm not gonna wait once again just several days taking it to a tech, whether it's a friend or not, for something that I can do myself, as I've been told. I have done it before, and this time, yes, I took out the RAM memories, I reinserted them, and I did it perfectly fine, even much better than before. I felt so proud of myself for that. So I tested them. With one of them, the issue still happened. So I removed that, I put the other one in, and the issue still happened. in my older RAM memory. It's a Corsair Vengeance 16GB RGB on it. So I figured that both of them were damaged. So that very same day, I went and bought myself another pair of 8GB sticks. Very different though, they don't have RGB. And they're Kingston Fury. And well, I put both of them in myself as well. Very proud of that too. RAM memory insertion and removal is a very simple thing. I'm very glad about that. So hopefully I don't have to do it again though, because I have 4 sticks now and they're all 32GB. I don't see a reason to change until I upgrade to like 64GB or whatever, which eventually I should do, but it's not gonna be the priority anytime soon, I think. But I inserted both of them to get 16GB again with brand new RAM memories, and again the issues were still happening. So to give you an idea what those issues were and why I couldn't stream because of them, basically I could not have as many programs open as before. When I started to go over the limit, so to speak, let's say that I made some tests. Let's say that I would open right now, for example, let me tell you what I have open, among other things. I have a little notepad, I have Discord, I have my music player that's playing this music in the background, Stream Beats by Harris Heller, by Senpai Gaming. High quality stuff. I'm not sponsored, but I recommend it enough. I actually have File Explorer open on something, I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, I think it's like the thumbnail folder for the Gorilla thumbnail we used. I just closed that, but yeah, I also have my VTubing software. I have 2 windows of my browser open, and I have the task manager open. So what would happen is that, let's say I open my browser, not Google Chrome. Chrome is usually what I have outside the stream, but when I'm streaming, I use another one. I use Opera because it occupies less RAM. And well, even with Opera, there were issues. I would open Opera, then I would open OBS, and then I would try opening the VTuber software. It was able to get that far, but then I would open Master Duel, and that's where the issues would start happening. Either Master Duel doesn't launch at all, or Master Duel launches, but then one of the programs I have open crashes. And you can keep like trading them around. It could be the other way around. I open Master Duel first, and then I try to start OBS, and OBS doesn't start at all. Or it starts and then Master Duel crashes, or something like that. Chrome would have all the windows, or Opera would have all the windows turn black, and even graphical glitches happened in it, which could be attributed to both the RAM memory, but graphical glitches can also be a GPU issue. And this is also why I was thinking it was the graphics card. But it turns out, from my assessment, honestly, from what I've seen, I even did a lot of benchmarking with a really nice benchmarking tool for my graphics card, and everything seemed to be fine with it. So I don't know. I mean, I also did some RAM checking, and they didn't tell me there were any issues. But again, this is why I'm thinking like it's the way it tries to read the RAM memory, with the way something got changed. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Give me a second here. I'm actually snoozing on a bunch of ad breaks because I'm in the middle of this. I guess I could interrupt it for like 90 seconds. Bloody ads on Twitch, man. Bloody ads on Twitch. But still an issue. But anyway, where was I? RAM memory. Right, so these kinds of crashes would happen. So I would never be able to have all the programs I need to have open for a live stream. I could maybe do a just chatting stream, but then it would be very fragile. I wouldn't be able to do a stream with video games, absolutely not. So I was at my wit's end. I figured, you know what, I'm gonna have to bring it to my tech friend again so he can check it up. Hopefully it's not the graphics card, but it's all pointing to this direction. But for the hell of it, because, you know, what do I have to lose unless I break something when I do this? I went and inserted the previous RAM memory sticks, because then if it's the graphics card, then it means the previous RAM memory sticks were not actually damaged. So I inserted them, and I occupied all the 4 sockets on my motherboard to get 32 gigabytes of RAM memory in total. I started the PC, I started doing tests, and lo and behold, everything was back to normal. So I was starting to be a bit relieved about that, but I also wasn't sure how to feel about this because, and it's still like this to this day. This is what I'm doing. That's what happened. That was the last fix, quote unquote, I did. it should have been able to work with 16 gigabytes because that's what I had before and I didn't have issues. Why am I not able to have as many programs open all of a sudden as before? And even when you have more programs than your RAM can handle, they don't crash usually. Oh, and also Google Chrome will sometimes tell me the out-of-memory code. That's another reason why I looked up into the RAM memory. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, they wouldn't crash altogether. It would just all slow down and performance would look, you know, frames would drop on a video game or on your streaming software. That's what usually happened. That's what happened when he was only reading 8 out of the 16 gigabytes. But crashes altogether. Feels like something is damaged. And I pray that that's not the case, but... Well, so far it's been about a week now. I fixed this on Sunday. No, it hasn't even been a week. What am I saying? I fixed it like last Sunday or Saturday, and well, yeah, I fixed it last Saturday. That was Saturday, where I put all 4 of them to get 32 gigabytes. Yeah, let me remember here. Yeah, it was Saturday. Hasn't even been a week. But well, this is why I was saying. But it now all works by having 32 gigabytes, which is better anyway, but it shouldn't be necessary. Like, why do I need more than before? What happens if 32 gigabytes stop being enough? Right? Do I have to upgrade to 64, which is something I'll eventually do anyway, I guess, but yeah. And that's the maximum for this motherboard, 64. Eventually I'll upgrade the motherboard as well. This is my second motherboard I've used on this PC. The previous one I actually toasted because I tried to update the BIOS. I kind of got impatient, I kind of freaked out, and I ended up shutting down the PC when it was like... Sorry, just checking something. When it was updating the BIOS and I toasted it. And you know why I was trying to update the BIOS? Because I had RAM memory issues. So, fun little thing right there, right? That was one of the previous times that happened. And, well, yeah. Long story that I'm not gonna get into right now. Oh yeah, a funny detail about this is that I have both Fury and Vengeance inside my PC. It has come back with both Fury and Vengeance after this tech repair arc. Because, you know, the RAM memories are called that. 2 Kingston Fury sticks and 2 Corsair Vengeance sticks. What happened to RAM memories? Who wronged them? Who damaged them? Why are they so furious and why do they want vengeance? What's going on with RAM memories, man? Yeah, at least they're cheap, you know. Of all the things that have to be replaced, let it be RAM memories. If I have drive issues, as we did before this, it freaks you out because you may lose some very valuable information. So that's gonna be one of the other things that I'll start investing on. Besides the internal drives that I was talking about as well, I also wanted to get external ones to be a backup for each and every drive. And then even another one for extra stuff, just to store a lot of like media, like a 4 terabyte external drive again. Well, I used to have one that was 3 terabytes, but like I did have that internal 4 terabyte one. Yeah, I was told that it's not a good idea to have like a very big drive like that, 4 terabytes, especially if it's hard drive, like a hard drive disk. They've started to become obsolete. SSDs are really becoming the standard now. Prices have decreased, as I said. So I'm gonna start joining people in the future by doing that. I gotta tell you though, I still have a 1 terabyte HDD inside the PC that has lasted me for over 5 years. So this is really weird the way it happens sometimes. Maybe the ones that are larger are more prone to failure. Those are the ones that have failed me the most. I also have an external drive that is like 1 terabyte. And it has lasted me for, my god, I think it's been over 10 bloody years. And then I got one that was 3 terabytes from the same brand, and it ended up having issues. Doesn't really work anymore. So yeah. Oh yeah, and they're both Toshiba, the external ones. The internal ones, the recent one that died I think was WD. And the one that has lasted me, that is 1 terabyte for over 5 years, is also WD. Western Digital, right? That's what it stands for. So yeah, your mileage may vary. I don't think it's a brand issue necessarily, although I did have issues previously with a Seagate. I think it was also 3 terabytes. That was the first drive that failed on me on my 5 years with this PC, 5+ years with this PC. And well, I didn't trust Seagate ever since. I have heard bad things about them since though. Like, you know, it's bad if like you don't have the money for maybe a graphics card or something. Warranties are a thing. Like, there is such a thing. I have used warranties on tech products before. On my HyperX Cloud 2, I had like the, they call it a dongle, I think. It's kind of a funny name. I think there's another name for it, but you know, the thingy that makes it become a USB connection and that allows you to switch it to surround sound. It failed on me once and it was still under the 2 years of warranty, so I had that replaced. No cost at all. When something like that fails, sure, like, if you replace it, doesn't make a dent in your wallet, even it's free maybe, sure. The only thing where, no matter how free it is, it sucks, is with drives. Because you can lose information while that's happening. Like, yeah, give me a replacement, but what happened to my information, right? Freaks you out. Daimao Sakarashi! Great to see you, old friend. Ah, yes, we're having ads right now. I'll acknowledge your redeem in a moment. We'll get to it, we'll get to it. Give me a second here, just checking something. I'm actually kind of looking away from the screen and my eyes kind of closed for a moment there. Not quite what's happening. But yeah, I'm gonna invest a lot in some drives first, so it's still gonna be a while before I get some PC upgrades. But hopefully the price that I saw for that GTX 3060, I think it was, doesn't increase because it's a fantastic price. And it's a 3060, like I thought it would be more expensive. I would be upgrading from 6 gigabytes of graphics right now that I have to 12 gigabytes, like what a glow up, right? Alright, Daimao! Well, first of all, great to see you again if you're out of ads. You should be out of ads right now. It's 90 seconds that we have every 30 minutes or so. Better to have it that way than to have them at a time in which I can't control it. So, yeah. You know how Twitch is with ads. But welcome back, Daimao, and I say that in many different ways. How can I compliment you? Well, wherever you walk into, whatever dimension you walk into, as the hero of the story, or even as a villain, whichever one you prefer to be, or neither of them, whatever your alignment is, you shine brighter than most of the stars, no, than all of the stars in the sky at that very moment, and all eyes are on you because you are a shining superstar, you absolute maniac. And shine like that you do as you come into the chat. All heads turn towards you, and my head has turned towards you now. As I see you back, it's great to see you after a while. That's my compliment to you, by the way. Great to see you, Daima. Hope things have been well. I'm coming back myself after a brief hiatus, mostly with tech issues. So I just talked about it. That's like the narrowed down version of the little tech repair saga that happened, which I hope is over, and we don't have one of these in a while. I've been content creating for over 5 years now, mostly live streaming, and this is not the first time, not even the second time. It's like the third or fourth time I've had something like this happen to me. It takes some like heavy circumstances, and even then maybe several times for me to really learn a lesson sometimes. But I'm gonna start doing more backups with like drives and stuff like that. And well, if I can help it, having more emergency funds for repairs for PC and stuff like that. Which, you know, the problem is that they have to be set aside from like other emergency funds for like, say, health issues or stuff like that, right? That's why I don't really have an emergency fund for that right now. I've blown through my budget. I paid for 2 new 8GB RAM sticks, the SSD drive, and the repairs themselves. All of that pretty much blew my budget. So yeah, you're not gonna see me spend anything on video games right now. I did get the Fall Guys Season Pass, but that was before that. But Daimao, besides that, I'm doing well, thank you for asking. You know, there's still some worry in the back of my mind because, again, the way the RAM issue got solved is like, it got swept under the rug, but it wasn't really solved. Again, the Simpsons meme, Homer Simpson, showing himself more thin and lean now before March. But then you look in the back and all the fat is being held together barely by some hooks. So yeah. I'm just gonna do it like this because, well, the issue's kind of solved. I'm hoping to just ride this out until I upgrade the entire PC. Because everything is gonna get replaced, I think. The motherboard, yeah, everything except the case. And well, some of the drives I have already, unless they start messing up again. I'm thinking that maybe, well, actually, I might replace the 240GB drive that I have right now. I don't think, I might as well just get another one. So right now, to give you an idea of what I want the drives to look like after I do all the upgrades, right now, the way I have drives, I have, not counting an external one that, you know, I did say has lasted me for like over 10 years, I think. Though it is slow. It started to slow down, listen to this. It started to slow down after I accidentally dropped it. And it opened up slightly. Like it even opened up a little bit. And I thought for sure it was a goner by then. And that was like 2015, I remember. So it's been like 8 years, 7 years, and it still worked even after that. It slowed down after that. Usually I just leave it for backups and some other things that I store there. I try not to use anything from within it. I just move it into my PC if I want to use it. But yeah. Like for example, if I have let's say a video in there, it's not gonna show the video very efficiently, but it still works so well, and it's amazing, my god. But yeah, besides that one, what I have on the PC right now are 3 drives. One is the operating system drive, it's an SSD of 240GB. I've had it for over 5 years since I built the PC, well, since I got the PC built in late 2017. I have a 1TB HDD that has also lasted me over 5 years. And I have the recent SSD of 940GB. And that's all I have on the PC right now. Eventually what I want to get, and the SSDs, neither of them is an M2 and NVMe, whatever the name is. They're both SATA, S-A-T-A, however you say it. What I eventually want to do is get an M2 1TB drive for the operating system. Maybe 2 terabytes, but I'd rather not have too much space in there and store too many things that may get lost. What I've started to conclude from this is that the larger the drive, the more prone it is to failure. So I think it's best not to do that. But that being said, I want to have 2 other SSDs. One that is 1TB, or well, 960GB, which is probably the one I have right now. And another one, and these other 2 SSDs are SATA connected, SATA connected. One of them is 1TB, and the other one is 2 terabytes, and that's probably where I have. Mostly I have video games installed in there, so that if anything happens to it, I can just let it get toasted, like, you know, oh, you know what, just take it out of the bloody computer and let's replace it with another one. I'll just re-download and reinstall everything, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but like, live streaming assets, VTubing stuff, video production stuff, documents, they will be stored in the other 2 drives, so that they're in a more secure place, so to speak. I do think SSDs are less prone to failure than HDDs because of how they work internally. Like, I think HDDs use, like, discs inside, or I don't know what it is that, like, tapes, discs, I don't know what it is that, like, you know, they have a limited lifetime, they are more prone to failure. They are the ones that, you know, start making clicking sounds when it starts to get towards the end of its lifetime or something like that. Not all the time though, but yeah. Another thing I didn't say, that other drive that was failing, I actually still have it inside the PC, I didn't get it removed, but I did disconnect it. I was told by the first tech how to open the case and disconnect it, so I did open the case to do the RAM memory, but that's on one side. That's on the side where you can see, you know, the components inside, the transparent side, we can call it. There's another side where you can't see the inside, and that one I had never opened before. So I opened it for the first time. It opens in the same way as the other one. Just take 2 screws out and then slide it. And then I was told how to unplug it. I was told what it is because I wouldn't really have a way to tell which is which. And there's only 2 cables unplugged, like, so I can unplug it from the motherboard on the drive side, not on the motherboard side. And that's all I did. I didn't actually take it out. I don't know how to do that. I just unplugged it. So when I get those other upgrades done, I'm probably gonna get my tech friend or a technician of some sort to do it for me because, hey, PC master race and all that, but I actually don't know how to assemble a PC. I kind of tried it the first time I got this computer and all its parts, but I kind of freaked out in one of the steps. I wasn't sure how to proceed. Like, there was something that was going on that no tutorials covered. And I just said, you know what, screw this, I'm just gonna get a tech to do it. And it was the first tech that looked at the drive issue from this past, from what I just talked about. But yeah, I at least knew enough to unplug that. Because I got, before I concluded that it was that the RAM memory was causing these issues, I figured that it was maybe the drive, like, you know, it was trying to read some things in that drive, even though, you know, I took out most of the things in it, and I even changed, like, the letter on Windows, so that it doesn't try to read in certain programs, like OBS, for example. I thought it might have been that, but no. Overall, though, it's best to just leave it unplugged anyway. Probably gonna sell it to let people format it. There's nothing in there that's personal anyway. I think I still have like video production and live streaming stuff in there. Like it's already fully backed up, or I probably have like all the stuff I had there already. Because I copied it, I didn't cut it. Anytime you're backing anything up, don't cut it. Copy that. Control-C, not Control-X. Then after you backed it up, if you need to liberate that space, yeah, delete it afterwards. But never cut it, because if something goes wrong in the middle of it, you may have a damaged file or something. You don't want that. But yeah, hold on, I'm hearing some noises. So there's something else I need to talk about before we jump into Master Duel, maybe, from what happened these past weeks. Let me drink some water though, because man, my voice is not taking it. I'm rusty from not streaming in a while. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into Master Duel. We're not actually gonna have any duels, Daimao. We're just gonna do heavy gacha. Because I've been saving, all these weeks, I've been saving that first anniversary pack. The one that's 3,000 gems, and it's all gold, for the stream. And I'm so glad we were able to make it to the stream. I haven't bought it because I'm saving it for the stream. I wanna... yeah, I need to get my voice settled down, because I'm probably gonna freak out over... We're gonna get over 300 cards, and I'm gonna buy more stuff after that. I'm probably gonna buy more of the Sprite, Miracles of Sprite. I'm not gonna get that for the Sprite cards. I wanna get support for Neos. Well, I'll tell you more when we start Master Duel. If it all goes right, I mean, I have done plenty of tests already, but you never know what could go wrong. So for now, though, things are stable enough. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, also, I did upload a brief cover of the first ending to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX on Twitter today, but we're actually gonna see it on stream right before we start Master Duel. Some other things I need to talk about regarding music that happened lately. Another thing that has been going on, and it was ongoing before the PC issues happened, was that there's been a lot of renovations and infrastructure, like maintenance on the building where I live. And it's been an issue for streaming for two reasons. One is that I can't really tell you the details, but I'm supposed to, like, quote-unquote supervise it. Like, I need to keep watch of things because, you know, need to make sure that the workers have somebody there to ask questions to maybe request something. And I'm the only one that can only do it at certain times where I am. And also because some of them are strangers, make sure they don't steal anything, stuff like that. I kind of have to be around, not just leave them like that. So that's one reason. The other reason, so you know, that completely locks me out of doing anything. I'm completely away from keyboard, away from the computer for that. And the other reason is because most of them have made a lot of noise. Like, there's been so much going on. There's like a new section to the building, to a building added. There was some like metal working done. A gate got renewed. They built some like metal structures. They renewed a lock on a gate somewhere, close enough that it can be heard, because it's extremely loud things, you know. It's metal working. It's a lot of like hammering, and there's also been some plumbing done recently. As a matter of fact, yesterday it happened. And yeah, yesterday we were actually gonna have this stream yesterday. I announced it, and then like about 10 minutes after I announced it, I get told that they have come in, and I have to take care of it, and they're gonna make a lot of noise, and so I can't really stream anymore. So I had to retract it very soon after I announced it, which is a shame, but here we are now, thankfully. Everything is fine. Yeah, like, there's been guests here where I am, like, pretty much every day. Well, guests, you know, actually workers, but, you know, they come in and there's been people, like, for so many weeks now, every fucking day. Like, I wake up and I have in the back of my mind this expectation that there's strangers in here where I live. Like, oh yeah, there's somebody working on something somewhere. Like, it's become a habit. That's not good. Not the first time it's happened, you know, like some building renovations have happened here and there, construction work, as I call it, without giving too many details. As a matter of fact, if you go through the start briefings on Discord, you keep scrolling up and up and up and up and up. Some of that is there. And also the other tech issues I've had in the past. They're all there. They're all there. It's kind of funny. But yeah. That's basically what's been happening. I was told there's nothing going on today. I do hear a little bit of noise in the back. I don't think you got caught at all, so I'm kind of keeping track of that. But yeah. Everything is pretty much finished when it comes to those things, at least for now. They are gonna come back for more plumbing stuff on Saturday, but that's, you know, with enough notice. I'm not gonna stream on Saturday, safe to say. Now that takes us to what I am gonna be doing this week. No schedule this week, obviously. I am hoping to once again have a schedule for next week. Hopefully things are stable again, but I'm not gonna say anything, you know. Like, I say this and then with my luck, things happen again. Like, on that last stream before the PC repair saga and all of this stuff, I was saying, you know, oh yeah, I'm hoping to have a schedule tomorrow. And then that tomorrow was when it all started falling down. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, you know, another thing I need to invest on is soundproofing. One thing that happens is that sometimes you get like these, they're kind of like ice cream trucks, if you know them, like food trucks or something like that. There's actually one right now in the background. Hopefully you can't hear it, but it's extremely fucking loud. I swear, I keep getting so angry at the person that drives it. Like, it's one of those that's like way louder than it should be. You can hear it like 3 blocks away, and it just makes a fucking racket everywhere in the neighborhood. But you know, it's kind of like passing by vehicles that have this loudspeaker, sometimes with a song, sometimes without a song. It's that kind of like area of the city that has that, without going into too many details again. So hopefully they can be heard, but you know, the filters are all there. I don't think you can hear them if I'm not talking, but when I'm talking sometimes, like in the back of, behind my voice, so to speak, it's right there, and I hate it. Maybe not as noticeable now because of the music, but sometimes when like there's a loading screen in a game or something, they can be heard when I'm speaking, and that's something I don't want. This is why I had a dynamic microphone before. It stopped working, but I'm gonna have to get one again, or see if I can get that one fixed, though I doubt it. Because dynamic microphones prevent that at all, for the most part. Like, it's just gonna be the immediate sound in front of it. So yeah. But for this week, so as I said, we're gonna get into Master Duel very soon. But I actually want to have like a formal, you know, actual dueling Master Duel stream. We're just gonna do gacha when we come up. It's gonna take plenty of time. There's a lot we're gonna do. There's a lot of packs we're gonna open. But tomorrow I want to have some duels. There's an event that's going to be starting. You know, it's a shame we missed the entirety of Legend Anthology in the Xyz Festival. I killed it in the Xyz Festival. I was having a ball just using this Super Quan deck that I got for it. Most of my games I won, and even when I didn't win most of them, like, they were really, really 50-50, not one-sided at all, and they were really nice. There's a game that was just absolutely crazy, saved by an Xyz Bento. Maybe I'll show it to you today or tomorrow if we have that Master Duel stream tomorrow. Again, this is without a schedule. I'm hoping to have it tomorrow. And then on Friday, I want to have Fall Guys. No Final Fantasy Friday this week because I still need to get the game reinstalled after everything. But Fall Guys Friday, kind of an alliteration. I want to use my Ultraman skin because another thing that happened right before the tech issues happened was that I finally got to the point in the battle pass in which I could get the Ultraman stuff unlocked, and I haven't even used it off the stream. I want to save it for the stream. I even want to do like the Ultraman pose on the thumbnail for it. And we play with the Ultraman skin for all of it. Continuing to grind the season pass. I'm at like level 70 or so out of 100. And they did implement like a double XP. Well, it's not XP, but you know, double XP for the season pass right now. Not sure if it's still gonna be ongoing all the way until the end of the season or the end of this week. Hopefully it's still there for Friday, but one way or another I want to do that. So those are the plans. That's it, just the next 2 days. Casually gives us 3,000 gems? Wait, what? They didn't give 3,000 gems, did they? I know the thing itself costs 3,000 gems, but I don't know if they did that. When you had to reinstall FF14 on your new computer, it took like 12 hours. I don't think it's gonna take that long for me. The internet speed doesn't do that, although it is quite a lot. Hopefully it's not that much, but I'm sorry to hear that, Gravity. But hopefully everything installed well enough. It's worth it, it's worth it. I think it will take maybe 2 hours. It's gotta be more than an hour maybe, it's quite a few gigabytes. So yeah. Oh really, both festival? Oh, you mean like in the rewards of the festival and all that, yeah. I've been spending my gems a lot actually, I've been opening a lot of packs. So yeah, let's begin talking about that actually, as we start going into the game. Let's do this now. Well, actually, yeah, so I've already tested this for a little bit. Like I did a mock stream, having all the programs open like this. It should be able to launch just fine, but if you see me freeze for a moment, or if the stream just goes down or something, it's because, well, PC issues have happened or something like that. But I'm launching the game right now. Yeah. The game should be appearing. Also, I like to direct you before we talk about this again. There it is, it's all launching now. I have implemented a follower goal. I'm not sure if it shows in the chat. I think it's not showing up in the chat. I think it only shows when you first implement it, which I did yesterday. When I realized it was something that can be done now. I had forgotten about this. I'm not gonna show it all the time, but in some streams we're gonna have that. Like for example, if we have a collab where there's people occupying this space below the screen, we're not gonna have that. I guess I could have it cover part of the game. It could be done, honestly. But another thing... Oh, thank you, Jess. Great to see you, and thank you for the hydrate. I do kind of need to hydrate right now. Actually, before we continue with Master Duel, speaking of my voice, there is something I want to show you, but... Yes, the next goal is 500. 500 has got to be the next goal, so yeah. It's crazy you can stream from a wormhole in this quality. I know. That's the thing about being in a multi-dimensional portal. If internet issues happen sometimes, that's the reason why. It's exactly like you say, Gravity, okay? I'm streaming from multiple dimensions at once, okay? And Jess has a pun. let us know, what's the pun, Jess? What do you have for us? But yeah, right now there's the decks I want to do right now. That was redundant, sorry. Saying right now twice like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on other Elemental Hero decks, particularly Elemental Hero Neos, because I have nearly every Elemental Hero card. There's only a few I need to get. My ultra rare and super rare crafting is also gonna be based on that. And I only need like a couple more spiral cards or so to also complete a spiral deck. So most of my pack opening revolves around that. Someone stole my mood ring. I don't know how to feel about that. Says Jess on the chat. Ah, very nice. Thanks for bringing the humor, Jess. Let this be an occasion to celebrate after so many things have happened. You know, I said this on a tweet a while ago, like, bad things have happened to me that prevented me from streaming. And it feels like I got caught up in the middle of all the cataclysms that have befallen the VTuber world as of late. So many VTubers, so many agencies that are having this issue here and there. I'm not gonna say anything, and please don't say anything specific in the chat. If you know, you know, and if you don't, that's okay. but I just want to give a mention to it like that, like still on the wormhole screen. Yeah, we're gonna stay here for a moment. We can have the Master Duel music in the background. You got a list full of puns. Don't post all of them though. It's gonna be too much, I think. But puns are always welcome here though. Absolutely welcome. I'm one of those freaks that actually likes puns. Sometimes I'm not clever enough to come up with them on the spot. Especially when I'm streaming. I'm concentrating on other things, but I do appreciate them. There's this account I follow on Twitter that's called, I think, Star Trek Jellico, that modifies like screenshots from Star Trek to make it look like Jellico and other characters like that are saying puns to the other characters, and they're reacting to them, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love them so much. But the VTuber world, for example, something happened today. A particular VTuber graduated for really, really bad reasons that make me really angry and very disappointed. Again, I don't want to say, please don't say names here. Please don't say anything specific. I do need to mention it, but please don't say anything specific. But like, god damn it, man.
Supernova explosion.
Fire Emblem.
Hola hermano I shy up 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 H bang H bang H bang H bang H bang H bang H bang.
You are the ocean's great waves and a bacon donut. Hey, that was the alert you got, and once again you're a sub. Man, I swear, the last stream I did, you subscribed again. I feel like I've been gone for so many weeks now that it was like just a few streams ago that you subscribed. But here you are at 22 months. Look how close you are to the 2 years, you absolute maniac. Oh, brother. Thank you so much once again. You don't even know? I don't know either. Actually, I have it in the alerts here. Wait a minute. 18 days ago it tells me. But yeah, you know, sometimes the timeline is different than when you put the alert in the chat and when you actually resubscribe. It varies. But regardless of when it is, for 22 months now. Oh yes, you've heard this message before, but it never gets old. Wherever you may go, whether it's the Fire Emblem dimension, the Star Wars dimension, the Middle-earth dimension, the Elder Scrolls dimension, the Yu-Gi-Oh dimensions, Dark Side of Dimensions maybe, the Earthen dimensions, dimensions in time, dimensions beyond time. You know how much I love saying the word dimension. Dimension if you like. You have exploded from shining superstar to shinier still supernova. Eres una supernova, hermano. Haha. Exploding in epic fashion for 22 times now. Thank you so much, brother. I wonder if we should have a subscriber goal as well. I would like to make the goal 20 every time. You know why? Because 20 is what I need for a paycheck every time for Twitch. I did receive a paycheck recently, but I think that was before the whole issue started happening. TADAIMA, let me read your message. You had such a bad day today. Went to the bank and the old lady in front of me asked for her balance. So I pushed her, they kicked me out, sadly? Oh, I thought you... okay, it's a joke. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Daimao, and wait a minute. Okay, well, sorry was a bad day. They kicked you out of the bank for pushing an old lady for her balance. I don't know why she would ask you that, but there you are. Whoever invented Knock Knock jokes should get a Nobel Prize. Oh, shut up. No, actually, don't shut up. Oh, you're playing Hogwarts Simulator all day now. Hope it's been fun for you, Adam. Well, let's play Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator now. We can continue talking about these things, but before we do that and before we jump into Yu-Gi-Oh!, let's pause the audio there for a moment because today I did a cover for Singing March. Well, you know what? We have this little cover related to Yu-Gi-Oh! That I'm going to show you. This might get muted on the VOD, to be honest, but before we jump into it, we gotta listen to it. Sa, Genkai Battle no Toki da. Go, go! Genkai Battle 叩きつけて傷ついたっていいんじゃない ちた熱いデュエルのゴングが響く運命のカードが光る幕は落ちた胸の鼓動が激しく高ぶる選ばれし者よさあ立ち上がれ僕らの未来へ夢を解き放て一か八かのカウンタータイムリミットまで諦めないさそうさ怖さしなくさ世界中がこの時代がさお前とライドどうだどうだすごいですねわあワクワクの歌だ It's such an exciting song That is the first ending to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Genkai Battle. And you're right, Gravity, this part of binging GX. I haven't finished that anime. I did catch up a little bit more during this downtime. I'm in the middle of the Society of Light arc right now. Please don't tell me any big spoilers. It's a fun arc. I really like the Society of Light. I'm like, Sayo-sama. I like the charisma of Sayo, and I'm using the Japanese names, by the way. I watch it in Japanese. I don't know what his name is in English. I think he has a different name. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna join the Society of Light, Sayo-sama. I like him. I'm gonna put on the white outfit and I'm gonna join. I'm the certain maniac that does that. But yeah, that was for an event that's happening right now. Called hashtag Singing March, in which you do a different song every day on Twitter, or maybe you do it somewhere else, but you link it on Twitter for the entire 30 days of March. It's 30 days, right? Hold on. 31. My bad. 31 days of March. I discovered this, rediscovered it, because I knew about it, but I forgot about it. I rediscovered it yesterday by somebody called Carrie on Twitter. They got the idea for that, but and that thing you just heard, I put together literally yesterday and today. I spent a good chunk of today putting together the video. The audio was recorded yesterday. My voice was in a much better state than today. So, yeah. I'm proud of the way it came together for something that was hastily put together. And I was originally thinking that I was gonna participate for every day now, but that may literally be the only thing I do for the entire month of Singing March. I don't think I'm gonna do the others because besides having the time to put together a video, I could do a more simple video than that. Honestly, I may even do like a cappella and just like an audio against a black background, like I kind of done with like Music Mondays on Twitter as well. Even if I do that, I saw some of the other prompts you have for other songs, and I don't even have songs for all the prompts they have right there. I just don't. So yeah. That's just something I had to mention there. Now, before we get into Master Duel, there's another thing related to music I want to mention, but we're gonna have a bloody ad break right now that I can't postpone anymore. Twitch, this is one of the most stupid fucking things they have. Pardon the language, but yeah. They give you a limit to how many times you can postpone the ad breaks. I don't know why the fuck they do that. Like, it's up to you if you want to have them. Why would you have a limit? So I've hit that limit, so we gotta get this 90 seconds or so. It should be 90 seconds. If it's any more than that, then that's another reason to curse at Twitch. But yeah. In the meantime, let me get 20 gems from the daily login. I'm telling you because I'm not showing it on the screen. We're gonna get back to the Master Duel screen in a moment. Gonna drink some water while the ads are going on. Hasn't even started yet. And then it delays in starting them. That's the bright side of YouTube, but there's still many reasons not to fully migrate there. Still many good reasons to keep streaming on Twitch. But I want to keep, we want to keep the schedule we've been having so far. This last few weeks / months. Streams on both YouTube and Twitch during the week. Maybe 2 and 2. That's the plan right now, I think. Oh, actually, that was the ad running. Yeah, sometimes the dashboard doesn't show it to me, right? So I think it's over? Actually, I'm not sure. Hold on. This looks really weird. Let me refresh that. Oh, yeah, the ad is running right now, yeah. On my dashboard, on my browser, it's not showing correctly. But I also have it docked into OBS, and there it is showing it correctly. It's kind of weird. There's one more thing I wanted to mention, one more thing I wanted to talk about. That, you know what? I think we're gonna show on the stream. Let me mute Master Duel for a moment. Oh yeah, and we should switch the category after this to Master Duel. There we go, there we go. Let me begin setting it up while the ads are running here. So, let me wait for the ads to be over here, to be fully over. But yeah, that ending to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was by Jam Project, by the way. I absolutely love the hell out of Jam Project. I didn't even know they did that song until I finally watched the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, and I heard them and I immediately recognized them, and oh my god. And I've been so obsessed with it recently. The prompt for the first day of Singing March is a song you've been obsessed with recently. The anniversary pack is a huge ripoff, unless you really like the cosmetics. It's just 30 master packs. It's still 300 cards though. I mean, I wouldn't call it a ripoff, Daimao, because honestly, I do share the sentiment you said earlier, in which, for the most part, they're super generous in Master Duel. I think this is also why gems, when you buy them with money, are so expensive. I gotta tell you something, not saying this to flex, not saying this to say anything bad about Konami maybe. I've never spent any money on Master Duel, not so far at least. And I hope that remains the case, honestly, or if I do, you know, it's not too much. But yeah. So, I want to show you one more thing. Yes, a V musician went and actually just out of nowhere took one of my covers that I did, which was the Kamen Rider Saber ending cover, and he used it for a video in which he teaches how to make a song in future rave style in LMMS, which is a digital audio workstation that I actually didn't know about. It's a free digital audio workstation, so, you know, I've been considering maybe getting Reaper or FL Studio, start learning them, but I think I'm gonna start with this one instead, because Reaper and FL Studio, I think you gotta pay for. So, wow, like, he gave me such great praise, like, hey, this guy's voice is great. Starts with a clip of my channel on the video. I'm not going to show you the whole video. I will link it right now in the chat, though, if you want to watch the whole thing after the stream or so, because it's mostly the tutorial about teaching it. What I'm about to show you is the final product, can't speak, final product that he did, remixing the cover. The original cover, which is the Kamen Rider Saber ending. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, but... Instrumental by Kuroto 2000. Though, you know, he uses a completely different instrumental because he remakes the song completely. It's only the vocals that he retains and he changes them. You know what? Yeah, let's show you both songs. The original cover, and then what he did. Thank you so much to Yes. This was literally 2 days ago. Do check out his channel for more sound mixing tips and tricks. He's a V musician, as he says. The anniversary pack, oh no, sorry. Are Elemental Neos at full power and empty right now? Like, they got all their POTE cards. What does that stand for, Gravity? POTE? Not an expert in Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way, as much as I love it. I don't know what power they're at. I faced one Neos deck, I think, in one of the festivals. I don't remember which one. And it seemed nice. It seemed nice. Gave a good fight against my Super Quant, but then, King Great Magnus just killed it. Mute the original video so you are covering it. No, there shouldn't be any copyright issues from here. This one doesn't have any copyright, if that's what you mean. So yeah. If that's what you mean, Gravity. This is an instrumental by Kuroto 2000. That's why it doesn't have that. 世界を変える気骨あるならまず自分自身を変えろ Here comes the best part 変身愛情とような誠実さ劣化罵倒不滅の心はここだと書き換えの夢を物語の結末は君が決める仮面ライダーセイバーThis was the cover he selected and remixed in future rave style. This is something else. This is something else the way he did it, as you're about to listen. There's video to it, but it's mostly the audio. POT stands for Power of the Elements. A card set in the TCG is the same set that had all the sprite cards. I see. We're gonna cover that when we get into Master Duel in a moment, but first... I love the video he uses over this. They're raving to Saber, to a Commander Saber remix song by Khaiden Tajigen. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Lovely work by Yes, the musician. So yeah, do take a look at it in their channel. Again, it's linked right there in the chat. The attention to detail was so lovely because he was even like, oh, you know, I did it this way. I did this sort of cosmic feeling. Epic because the song is epic and, you know, Khaiden has an epic style, which I do. Epic is a good way to describe my style, eh? But also like, you know, because he has Sentient Star Cluster, I did it this way, I used this style. That was really cool of him. That was a really great thing to do. Just out of nowhere like that, so... do check it out. Check out the full video because it's a great tutorial too for that. Well, I think it is because I don't know a lot about sound mixing. Though I want to learn more because, you know, the better I am at it, the more I can just produce my own stuff without commissioning someone. Not sure how far I can get in it because, you know, budget is... I don't ever have the budget to commission people for these things as much as I want to. One day I want to though, but I don't know when that's gonna be because again, I'm gonna be doing investments on the computer before anything else, and then I gotta invest on the Live 2D upgrade. You know, I actually tested VTube Studio the other day while doing all those stream tests just for the heck of it. And oh my god, I was reminded how much I want to go Live 2D already. Fulfill my potential in terms of appearance. Not that I'm not proud of the way I look right now. Thanks to all the creators that did this on Booth. I'm Frankenstein from many parts. But one day I'll have a mama and or papa as a Live 2D VTuber. Now yes, so for Master Duel, this is what we're gonna get from the first anniversary campaign. Oh yes, I've been looking forward to this, like Count Dooku said. Other things I want to show you though, since we were talking about this. Sprites of Miracle. I have opened a few packs of this. I opened some other packs. I have over 5,000 gems right now. I made them recently. I've been saving at least 3,000. I've been making sure not to spend above 3,000 until I buy the 3,000 gem pack from the anniversary. But I also want to get what we have here Not because of the sprite cards, though I'm eventually gonna use them if I have enough of them. That's why I ended up making an Emancipator deck and a Spiral deck, because they came in the same pack of other cards I wanted to get. Oh my god, there's a Duel Academy card. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see this was here until now. But yeah, for example, Martha, mommy, sorry. Not that kind of mommy. I don't know who Martha is, but yeah. VTuber mama, VTuber mama, VTuber papa. The ones who make your model and rigging, right? They are your creators. You must acknowledge them as such. Oh, Martha Exo's sister. I don't know which one. Oh, Martha, there she is. I love her design. I love her style. She's not mommy. She's a kindred spirit to me. She has my style. I like it. Like all the way down to the colors. Pretty much has my colors and style. But you know, I ended up getting an Emancipator deck because I opened a lot of packs to get a Gem Knight deck, which I have too. The Emancipator decks are a lot more viable in the meta and all of that stuff. I still haven't fully built and used the Spiral decks, but I got them because I got a bunch of Super Quant cards. So it would be the same here. I want to get mostly the Elemental Hero Neo support, like this. Maybe Duel Academy is one of them. And yeah, I have a ton of Elemental Hero cards. It's in that pack, yeah, it's here. The reason why is because the first archetype that I built a deck around was the Mask Hero archetype, because they're based on Command Riders. And from there, you know, I figured I might as well expand to the other archetypes. I still haven't built other Elemental Hero decks, actually, not yet. But eventually I'll do that. And I've taken a look at it from what I have, and I have a lot of them. I'm gonna show you in a moment, but before we do that, let me read the effect of Duel Academy. I'm in the middle of watching GX right now, so it's great. This card gains these effects based on the monster types on the field. Warrior, Beast, or Pyro. Once per turn, if you activate a trap card, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, or Thunder. If you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent during damage step. Machine Fairy or Fiend. Wow, what is up with this card? Once per turn, if you activate a monster effect, you can target one face of monster control, it gains 1000 attack. It's really cool. It's really cool. I think it's based on the 3 houses, right? On the 3 dorms. 3 houses. Kinda sound like Fire Emblem now. By the way, here's a question for you maniacs. What would be your dorm of choice? Obelisk Blue, Rye Yellow, or Osiris Red? Slifer Red, but I prefer to call it Osiris. Osiris Leto. Or maybe you're with the Society of Light and you have the white dorm. Personally, I lean towards Obelisk Blue. There's no purple dorm, I can tell you that much, but I want that luxury. I'll do my best to have good grades and do well to get in Obelisk Blue. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the big mansion. I'll be in the Obelisk Blue dorm. Or in the Society of Light. Sayo-sama. Give me my white outfit. Kinda like the one I'm wearing right now, actually. That's why it fits me, you see? Sometimes it's all about the cosmetics. No, I seriously like it. I have this thing about it's gonna sound a little bit freaky to say it like this, but when they have mind control like that, and they start kind of showing another side to other characters that they wouldn't show before. Like there's this character that's usually good that's now like on the side of, well, they're basically evil, kinda not as evil as other people are, but you know, because they got mind control after being defeated in a duel. And it's so much fun to see that, because their in this one is not like with the rare hunters with Matic, in which they're just drones and kind of slaves. No, like they retain their personality, but it's just they're now just, oh, I am with the bad guys now, in this way. There's something about that I think is just a lot of fun, like, oh yes, let's join the villain's team, as long as it's temporary and the hero saves the day, but for now I'm gonna have a heel turn, right? So I'm like, yeah, Sayo-sama, let me join and let me just be an absolute villain now. You know, I've been thinking of not necessarily rebranding, but I want to lean more into the tokusatsu superhero side of things that I'm into now, as my VTuber self. It's gonna come me more into play when we get that Live 2D model. That there will be more Kamen Rider elements to my design. you know, like a henshin belt, for example. Not a full Kamen Rider, not a full hero that looks like this, like Neo's, but elements like that, right? Really, the way you can describe me, and I feel like I need to describe myself more in this way, is a hero with the personality of a villain. We don't see enough of those. Picture somebody like, somebody that has an evil cackle, an evil laugh, that's me, but is doing heroic things. They're like, your days are numbered, villain. You will never threaten this world again. Now die and suffer. Kimi no saigo da, sama no saigo, shine. That sort of thing, right? In a hero, we don't see that enough. Thank you for the hydrate, Micro. By the way, shoutouts to Micro. She's been killing it also on the singing. And I didn't say this. This is also something that happened in the hiatus. Mikro had a huge new model debut. And she revealed, among many collabs she's having this year, one of them is with yours truly. Your favorite maniac right here. There's gonna be a collab with Microphone and Sing right there later this year. But yeah, thank you for the self-care. I just hydrated in case it wasn't noticeable. And I just did a posture check. But let me give you that shout out. That's all we're gonna say about that though. Well, it's a song collab. Shout out failed. Hold on. I mistyped it, my bad. Miorofona sing. No. Microphone. Think. Yeah, you are now Miorofona. Typos. What was I gonna say though? We're gonna have a music collab later this year. If you wanna know what that is, stay tuned to both me and Micro. Alright? Stay connected to the multi-dimensional portal in the Microphone Sing dimension, alright? Okay, so I think it's about time we begin with the gacha. But yeah, hero with a villain's personality. I was gonna say with the behavior of a villain, but behavior might suggest actions as well. And I wouldn't really do anything villainous, you know? But yeah. Another example, imagine if the Joker was actually a hero. But the personality is the exact same. Something like that. Let's say, what could be another character that is very popular? I could give you a Kamen Rider example, but not everybody's gonna know what I'm talking about. One of my biggest role models for this is Kamen Rider Genmu, Dan Kuroto. I used a GIF of him for the going live tweet today, actually. And the way he reacts in that scene, I've been using other parts of that scene as GIFs lately because the way he reacts, the way that things are going on around him there is a great way to describe my tech issues these past weeks. So yeah. But he's somebody that is an absolute freak of a person in the way he carries himself and behaves. And I love him for that. He's a huge inspiration. And he has my color scheme as well, I should say. Oh, also, if you hear any noise in the background, I really hope you don't, because I've been getting these neighbors that are blasting music every fucking day also. And today, for some reason, they've been blasting it nearly the entire fucking day, but whenever they're about to blast music, you can hear it because there's like this sound. I think they connect a device or something, a cell phone. They're like outdoors blasting it. And they connect a cell phone. I don't know what it is, but it always makes this sound like ding, something like that. And hopefully you can't hear it. They're not always very loud though. Like, but sometimes they're a bit loud that they can be heard. But yeah. Oh yeah, yesterday when I was recording the vocals for the song released today, I think it was like at around 10 p.m. 9, 10-ish p.m. Hopefully nobody fucking hurt me. It wouldn't be the first time I'm recording vocals late at night, where everything is quiet, and therefore I can be, you know, my voice goes through walls even more than usual. Just being an absolute a freak show on the entire neighborhood. You know, eventually I would love to be in a studio every time I'm recording and live streaming, but that's another story. Alright, well, it is time for the big one. I've been saving this for the stream. You know, again, we have the time, 27 March. But yeah, a special bundle commemorating the first anniversary that includes 1 alternate art UR, Dark Magician, Royal Finish, 30 master packs, and limited accessories is here. And yeah, eventually I'll have to make a Dark Magician deck. Dark magic like that, it has my vibes as well. It's other things like that. I love it when you get something that looks like it belongs with evil or with a villain, but you're actually using it in a heroic way. That's a big reason why I love Kamen Rider. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot like that. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot like that. Because you have like the Pharaoh always using like dark magic, Dark Magician, Summon Skull, which is literally called Demon's Summon, Demon Shokan. All these things that sound very evil and dark, but he's a hero and he's using them for good, right? I love it. I love that. Using black magic in Final Fantasy to save the day? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We need more of that in the world. Because we have seen a lot of villains with a heroic personality. We haven't seen enough heroes with a villain's personality though. Okay, I'm talking about elements like this, right? But again, the personality. How many heroes have you seen that just like have like a freaky laughter when they are triumphant over something? When the plan is coming together. The plan is coming together. We are actually destroying all the headquarters of all villains worldwide. It's coming together. Keikakudori. Satsuga ore-sama. Something like that, right? We need more of that. We need more of that in the world. Okay, let's see the details here also. Okay. So these are master packs. Guts has a smile? Really? Guts... Yeah, I think if it's the Guts I'm thinking about, it's like this... I did see like one anime episode of that once. Berserk, yes. That he like is this guy like on another dimension that's very bleak and very violent. It's kind of very dark and gruesome from what I saw. I remember seeing one episode of one of the anime because they had like different adaptations, I think. Because they had a Kamen Rider actor voicing the main character. The actor for Akira Date in Kamen Rider O's, who is one of the Kamen Rider birds, also proto-birds, depending on how you see it. So yeah, his voice fits the character really well. Like, it kind of looks like the character IRL. Well. Enough building up. Well, one more thing I'll mention for those who don't know. Master packs are literally every card in existence in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or at least in Master Duel. So that's the caveat with master packs, that you can get literally anything, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. But that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get 30 of them though. If we get any super rares or ultra rares that are also part of a secret pack, we're going to unlock them. So depending on what we get, I might actually not spend them on Sprites of Miracle, but on the secret packs. But I think I'm still gonna go with Sprites of Miracle because it's more limited. You know, it's only available for... There's still many days left, but you know, I don't know when I'm gonna have enough gems for 10 packs again, so... Without any further ado... Let's go for the gacha. Let's go! Genkai Battle. Oh no, wait, it's not a battle. Genkai Gacha. Genkai Gacha. Tatatsukete. Well, Tataki doesn't fit. Kizutsuita te injanai. Yosh, let's open the first one. Toki ya michita. Atsui dueru no. Gongu ga hibiku. We already get an ultra rare right off the bat. What a great start. Let's see what we've got. It's gonna be over 300 cards. I'm not gonna, maybe I'm not gonna read all of them. Toon Kingdom, look at that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do a Toon deck though. All right, Dark Nephthys, Josenju Mask. Ooh, a nice finish to that Toon Kingdom. Josenju Misak, sorry. That would be 15 UR materials, I think, if I deconstruct that, if I dismantle that. More Factor Pain, the Imagination Drac Overlord. I've seen this one here and there. I think it's a very solid card. I don't know if I'm gonna dismantle it in the future, we'll see. Carrieroid, Gagaga Shield, Yosenju Oyam, and Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. Gosh, let's keep going, let's keep going. I could just skip it and see all of them at once, but that's not fun. I know this is gonna take more time, but it's more fun like that. Alright, no Ultra or Supers, that's fine. Yellow-bellied Oni, Rose Tentacles, Fire King Island. Now there's another island. Not Dual Academy Island, but there you go. Nail Shadow Ariel, Hollow Giants. Some cards I've never in my life seen before. Number 25, Force Focus. Electric Jellyfish, Regretful Rebirth. Alright, next. So, 2 super rares, maybe one of them is an ultra. Woohoo, Time Thief. Doki Doki, nice. I already have some of them. I have 2 of them in one of my Emancipator decks. Maybe I'll get 3 of them. 3 of them are a good idea because of their effect for Emancipator decks. Time Thief, Double Barrel, Morphtronic Magnet Bar. There's Doki Doki. Yeah, my heart goes all Doki Doki when I do gacha. When I play Fall Guys as well, I was playing, I think it was yesterday, yeah, when I made it to a final round and I could feel my heartbeat getting so freaky. I was extremely close to winning. I didn't win, but like, we both fell at the same time towards the slime, and I was the one that fell in first, so I was like 1 centimeter close to winning, you might say. But yeah, Alpa, Caribou, Mystical Beast of the Forest, Shadow Dragon, Unicorn Beacon, Legendary 6 Samurai Shinai, Gear Armor. Oh, I love to do a Gear deck as well, because it's also based on Super Sentai. I have Super Quan, which is great. I gotta tell you something about Super Sentai lately. I've kind of gotten into Super Sentai like I never before have in my life. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of Kamen Rider, but I've actually never been that much into the other Tokusatsu properties, as similar as they are. Like Sentai and Ultraman, though I have seen Sentai and Ultraman series, just not that many. Only 1 Ultraman series and 3 Sentai series. But something about the way Super Quan presents things just kind of got me more into them. Something about that just made it more fun. That one thing that I didn't used to like about Super Sentai that was kind of boring for me were the mecha and the mecha battles, to tell you the truth. The robots, you know, they never were that exciting for me. But now I love them. Just something about that, just like new powers, new weapons, new robots. I even started considering mecha anime, as I said also earlier on Twitter. Some people recommended some great things that I have saved on a list somewhere. But yeah, it's been fun because of that. And I started watching Live Man because it was the anniversary a couple days ago. And each episode is like 20 minutes long, apparently. So, yeah. Not even 20-something minutes long, it's like 19 minutes long or so. So that's great. So yeah, we have Yang Sing Creation, TAI Strike or Tai Strike, Fandora the Flying Fortress, Goddess of Sweet Revenge, Rescue Ferret, Crusadia Regulex, Extra Hero Wonder Driver, which is a staple of my Mask Hero deck, a staple of many Elemental Hero decks. I have this one for sure. This actor trendy understudy. Alright, we're gonna get another ad break. Before that, I think we can open another one, depending on what happens in it. Ooh, yes, we have 25 more to go after this. Let's see, let's open it immediately. Aha, we have something here. Ooh, what is that? Mistake. Awakening of the Possessed, Gigobite, look at that. War Rock Cactus. Kairyu Shin's Dark Reef. Mistake, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Woohoo! Wow. I don't think this seems like a great card to lock people. Yeah, I think I've had this played against me, or one that was very similar to it. I'm not sure. Red Eyes, Archfiend of Lightning, Cataclysmic Crusted Calcifida, Cubic Wave, Black Ray Lancer. Alright. While the ads are going on, I'm going to drink some more water. Talk a little bit more about the Sentai stuff before we continue the gacha. I'm going to tweet about this as well, that we have switched to some gacha in Master Duel. That was my plan, I forgot about it. Master Duel, Master Duel, Master Duel, gotcha. Opening packs, Master Duel, anniversary, saved upload the stream today. Ooh. Give me a second here. As I'm doing the tweet. Just kind of thinking of the best phrasing for it. Yeah. That'll do, that'll do. Ads are still ongoing. But man, I kinda took a look at the Super Sentai wiki. Which, by the way, you know, Power Rangers and Super Sentai share a wiki. But for some fucking reason, that wiki is named after Power Rangers, which doesn't seem fair. Feels like it should be called supersentai.fandom.com, supersentai.wikia.com, instead of powerrangers.fandom.com. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. But, well, maybe it's a pet peeve, I don't know. But yeah, I just like took a look and started to take a look at the arsenal of past Sentai here and there. It's so much fun for me now, which is great to say. It's great to say. If I have time today, I'm gonna watch a Live Man episode after this. It's gonna be episode 3. Watch the first 2. I'm mostly watching one per day. I have so many series right now. I actually made a spreadsheet at last to keep track of them. I'm not supposed to have these many. Some of them I'll eventually finish and they won't be replaced by another one. I'm just gonna have a few. But yeah, Senkaiger I'm also watching. But that's kind of a different pace than Lightman. It's dependent on my watch-through of Kamen Rider Saber, which is nearly over, which will eventually become a watch-through of Kamen Rider Revise. Well, those are other stories that I won't get into right now. Cubics. Oh yeah, Cubic Wave. Normal card. I don't know anything about that archetype. If an archetype it is, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Hey, nice Blackluster Soldier. Showdown of the Secret Sense Scroll Techniques. Incantation Bookstone. There's Blackluster Soldier. You old beauty. Magic Drain. Math Mech Equation. Karma of the Destruction Swordsman. Evil Storm Salamandra. Backup Squad. Alright. On to the 7th out of the 13th. We're getting over 60 cards already. Some of them I already have, some of them I don't. Ooh, a nice musical archetype. I remember seeing those Symphonic Warriors. Interesting archetype. Twilight Ninja Getsuga the Shogun. Sure, Knight of Dark World. Xyz Revive Splash. Or Sarctic Radiation, and their Symphonic Warrior rocks. Haha. Oh, got some Magician Girls, okay. Morphronic Chord, Berry Magician Girl. How lovely. Lovely finish to it as well. Box of Friends. Oh yeah, and there's some fun decks for Magician Girls there. Oh, you know what other series I've been watching? I've got into Precure, watching the latest series, so I still need to catch up. I'm 2 episodes behind. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna be like 10 episodes behind like I am with Geats. So the sooner I catch up, the better. But it's been so much fun. I've gotten into that a lot, like just seeing all sorts of different transformations, finishers. If the circumstances ever are right for me, I would love to do a Twitter account, which is a finisher archive, finisher bot, whatever you want to call it, in which I just like post finishers from all sorts of things. Tokusatsu, anime, video games, pro wrestling. And it would be a lot of fun to do. Okay, Old Entity Hastor, Evo Karma, Trias Hierarchia, which I have for some Super Quan decks, Orcus Symbol Skeleton, Iron Cage, Manga Ryuran, Tritron Asterism, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Ram. Aha. I can't even think about watching a series more than 24 episodes. How do you do it? No, Gravity, I'm the one that asks that question. That's the thing. I'm still behind in a lot of those series. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX has been over a year since I started it, maybe over longer than that. Some of them take me years to finish. That's the thing that sucks. Like, it's fun to watch them. I want to watch all Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, but it's gonna take me a while to get to them, you know? I try to just watch them whenever I have a certain free time. I do try to multitask whenever possible. Usually when I'm eating is when I'm watching a show. It depends though, because sometimes food kind of needs your attention. Like if you're eating, let's say you're eating ramen or some soup that requires chopsticks, or, well, it doesn't require them, but it's better with chopsticks, or, you know, you kind of have to look down at the food to make sure you don't drop it, that you grab it right or something. Whereas a sandwich or something like that, you can watch whatever you're watching without really looking at the food, right? But yeah, that's usually what I do. But I really try to squeeze it in as much as possible. And even then, like, I like to take my time with them, just not too long. Like, I don't try to binge watch them, though I'm starting to change my mind because of when I have the time for this. But usually I try to watch only one episode per day of a series. It's a great pace. It's like the best of both worlds in the world of binge watching. So you can, you know, experience all the events of the series as fast as possible. And the world of watching it once a week, if the series came out like that, which allows you to really make it part of your life and have it be very long-lived, if that makes any sense, right? Even a series that's only like 10 episodes feels very long-lived because you're watching only one episode a week. So yeah. But yeah, Daimao, let's see that. This is like the 4th or 5th you are, or 3rd, I don't know. Cyber's Gadget, okay. Mecha Phantom Beast Hamstrat. So if you see me freak out over some URs more than others, it's because I was looking for them, or they're gonna be great for an archetype I'm working on, a deck I'm working on. So I don't have to spend the materials anymore. We opened 4 secret packs already. Boot Up Order Gear Force, Hieratic Dragon of Zoo, Sun Dragon Inti, Fortune Fairy Hu, Witch's Strike, Cataclysmic Circumpolar Chill Blinia. Blech, that's a mouthful. Try saying this name 3 times fast. Alright, the 10th out of 30. A third of the way through. Let's have a look. Aha! Aha! Ooh, a Nephthys related card. Alter, guys, you are. Let's go. Curse of Dragonfire, Omega Judgment, Blackwing Kalut the Moonshadow, Space Dragster, Blackwing, Hurricane the Tornado, Cerulean Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. That is so cool looking. Ritual, okay. Aria the Water Charmer, Alter Gaze Multi-Faker, nice. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do an Alter Gaze deck. Not gonna be the priority anytime soon. Time to make the live tweens? But I think Alter Gaze is a popular one, especially at like top of the meta or so. Let's open the next 10. Let's go. Ikimashou. So exciting though, so exciting. And already such great polls from these packs. Nothing I was really looking for, but you know, we opened a bunch of secret packs already. I don't know if I'm gonna use any of them so far, but Orsartic Quint Charge, Worm Apocalypse, Naturia Sunflower, Deep Sea Diva, super rare. Good for Sea Serpent decks maybe. I see it's a tuner as well. Obliterate Exodia. Exodoframe. I wonder what this is called in Japanese. Because they don't say obliterate in Japanese, they say... Not sure if I'm saying this right, but Hikari no Koga, Exodoframe. Well, that's what Yugi says in that first episode of Duel Monsters. But yeah. Number 35, Ravenous Tarantula, Salamangreat Wolvie, White Aura Dolphin. Alright, let's go for the next one. Well. These pulls are so nice. Tritron, Traptrix. Hey, Traptrix super rare. I've seen so many Traptrix opponents, especially in ranked, and they both have a nice finish. I don't think I'm gonna dismantle that one. You never know. Might be a good idea to do a Traptrix deck someday. Twin Swords of, Evil Storm's a hack. Twin Swords of Flashing Light Thrice. Hojo the Valence Warrior. Tritron Alpha Thuban. Evil Hero Infernal Sniper, great to see a hero card. Element Saber Nalu, Traptrix Vesicula, interesting. And Elemental Hero Chaos Neos, that's a good one. Neo support, although it's a rare, I could have just probably crafted it if I didn't have it. Let's see the next one. Aha, the first one. Cyber Eternity Dragon, very nice, a Cyber Dragon super rare. Look at this bad boy right here. Appliancer Breaker Bunkle, Cupid Dunk. Wow, what is that? A Cupid playing basketball, that looks like a fun archetype if it's an archetype. What is that? What is that? Wind Witch Snowbell, Super Rush Recklessly. Ooh. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords. Zodiac Gathering. I really want to make a Zodiac deck eventually. Chemi Critter Carbo Crab. That's it. On to the next pack. Starting to kind of stumble through my words now. I need to stop trying to speak fast all the time. I'm really good at it, but I also make mistakes a lot. Especially when I do it for a long time. Oh, a Super Quantum Neck Beast Grand Pulse. That's a familiar sight because I've been playing with my Super Quant decks a lot lately. It's all good for the Xyz Festival. It also did decently in Legend Anthology. The Cupid cards are like small synchro support. Okay. Lost World, Flower Dino. Another deck I want to make is a Stardust based deck. Because, you know, Stardust, it fits me, right? So I'd love to use that. But before that, the Elemental Hero decks, Neos mostly, but I want to do others as well, are gonna take priority. Even if they're all not viable, I want to make like one for every sub Elemental Hero archetype. One that is themed, which is themed around having all the members, if possible. Though there's a lot of Elemental Hero cards, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be possible. Prediction Ritual, Commander Gotham, Swordmaster, there's Grand Pulse, Dragunity Corseska, Flip Frozen. Alright. The great thing about some of those Super Quant cards is that they're great in other Xyz decks. They're not gonna see their full potential because you don't get the effects to be quick if you don't have Super Quantum cards as materials, but they're still nice. So that's been a nice thing to see. I think I've had them in other Xyz decks. Abyss Script, Fantasy Magic, Junk Gardner. Mini Boreal Dragon, Violent Prism, the Weather Painter Rain. I recently did the solo gate for the weather. I still haven't done everything in the solo mode. Still some gems waiting for me there, actually. Dance Princess of the Ice Barrier, Dino Wrestler Vileonix, Frothy Gene Raider Boss of Swords. That's it. You know, one thing that was a great opportunity in the PC repair hiatus is that, you know, at moments I didn't have the PC because it was still in the workshop, and or the, whatever you want to call it, the PC repair area. Dino Wrestler is a fun archetype as well. But before that, I want to do Goki. Goki and Dino Wrestler are both based in pro wrestling, but Goki is the one that leans more towards that. I'll eventually do that one as well. I'm a pro wrestling fan, though I don't keep up with it that much these days because there's just too much. I gotta prioritize other things. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it got me used to playing Master Duel on the Switch. So I've gotten used to the controller controls. I know that sounds a bit weird to say, but yeah. Controls on like a game controller, which I usually don't do. And even touch controls, because the Switch, you can play Master Duel. You can disconnect your controller when you start Master Duel and you can just play it with touch. It's so well done. I know it's also because it's on tablets and phones, but it's not something to take for granted because it's actually not a lot of Switch games that are like that. But I got used to playing it with the controller as well. The Switch controllers, but I think a lot of that is very transferable to others. So that's great. Playing it on the Switch is great too because I get it portable, so some great stuff there. Super Heavy Samurai Fist, Half On Break, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Raven, Premature Return, Libic, Male Branch of the Burning Abyss, X-Crawler, Synaphysis, Alistair the Invoker of Madness, Ujingi Fox. Blech, sorry if I mispronounced anything. Ojama Pink, look at that. Flower Guardian, Cherry Blossom with Curtain. That's a long name. Ojama Pink. Chaos Core. Whoa. Sorry, let me recenter myself here. Didn't realize how uncentered I was right there. Okay, Chaos Core, Dogmatica Turgi, Morphronic Chord again, Catapult Pass and the Witch of Fate. How many cards have I got twice in all these packs? I think this is the first one, or at least it's the first one I'm noticing. Metaphys, Daedalus, because it's the master pack, so getting repeat cards is very unlikely in these ones. Landois or Landoise's Luminous Moss. Let's go to the next ones. Master packs, golden. Aha. Let's have a look. Ooh, red eyes. Wow, okay. Let's go one by one. Cosmos, Strawman, Noble Dragon Magician, Shrink or Collapse. Red Eyes Flare, Metal Dragon. What a badass looking thing. All the support for like classic archetypes. Some of them I don't even know about. It's the first time I see this one. I didn't even realize there was a Red Eyes Xyz monster. This is really lovely. Cataclysmic Cryonic Coldo. Fusion Recovery. Ooh, nice. Nice. How long has this card been around? I know there's been one since like the GX days. They use it a lot in the anime, but I don't know if it was this one. I don't remember this art. Ryunity Brandistock Golden Eyes Idol. Look at that. Yush! On to the next one. Unmei no kado ga higaru. Performa Paul Trump Witch. Necros Mirror. Alien Brain. Hinesmi Hanabi. Queen Spawn. Dragon Lark Pyrin. Flower Stacking. Painful Escape. I see Ojama in there. Ojama Black and Ojama Yellow. Bless their hearts. Aniki! Manjome Sandano. Ojama. Aha! Finishing up these 10 packs in a nice way. Let's see. Oh, Mass Hero Go. Wow, look at that! This is a lot! Wow! That's 4 super rares. Let's go! So many secret packs being opened. Apprentice Illusion. Okay, Consular Sharatan. I have a Consular deck as well. Very nice. What Kinetic Puppeteer? Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. Very nice. More Cyber Dragon stuff. Burial from a Different Dimension. Ooh. Target up to 3 banished monsters to return them to the graveyard. Maybe I should make a Different Dimension deck. How viable is something like that in these days? You know, it's called Ijigen. Different Dimension. It fits me, right? Mask Hero Anki. I have my Mask Hero deck. Beautiful thing. Noble Arms Caliburn. Rebirth of Parshath. Apprentice Illusion Magician. 4 super rares and we still have 10 more to go. Yoshi, ikuzo! Let's not slow down. Unmei no kado ga hikaru. Okay, Infinite Track Trencher. Hey, there's Elemental Hero Bubbleman. Mass Ninja Ebisu. DDD, Different Dimension Derby. Speaking of Different Dimension, there we go. Hyper Psychic Blaster, Assault Mode. I wonder what the Japanese name is for this one. It loses that alliteration probably. But how do you say Derby? Ijigen, E something, I don't know. Ijigen or something that rhymes maybe. Hyper Psychic Blaster in Assault Mode. How many Stardust decks will I do? Because I'm probably gonna have to do one that's focused on the Assault Mode version and one that's focused on the other Stardust cards. One that's focused on only Stardust Dragon. It's like Elemental Hero, there's many different variations you can go for. It's so funny that Elemental Hero was the first archetype that I focused on because it's the one that has the most cards in it because of all the sub-archetypes. I saw it in the wiki. The wiki, well, one of the wikis says that it's the archetype with the most cards in it. So, before I start covering other archetypes, or returning to some other ones that I haven't completed, I want to finish the entire Elemental Hero collection. And of course, build decks with them. Still gonna take several cards for the deck, so it's not just one of each card, like some of them you gotta get several of, especially the Supers and Ultras. An Owl of Luck, did I read this? Double Exposure, an Owl of Luck, Ancient Gear Beast. Let's go for the next one. Antique Gear Bisto. Antica Gear None. Antica Gear Nanone. Chronos de Medici in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I don't remember what his name was in like the 4Kid stuff. I don't care about that anyway. Sorry. Chronomaly technology. Okay, that's a nice sort of rhyme. Rizabel the Summoner. Chronomaly technology. I like the rhythm in that word. Magicat. Vendred Knights. Appliancer. Wow, Revendred Slayer looking amazing there. You can see the Spawn vibes in Revendred Slayer there. Appliancer. Breaker Bunkle. I know it's the second time we see this one. Or I think it is. Exosister Irene. There she is. An Exosister. Branded in Central Dogmatica. Speedroid Rubber Band Plane. And that's it. There's Metafists that like being banished, and it's not in Master Duel, but there's an archetype called Goatee that are space fish that like being banished to the stars. Huh. That sounds great. Whoa, what is it? What is it? What is it? That's special effect though. How come they're not in Master Duel though, Gravity? Are they new? Oh, that special thing. What are we about to see right here? That was nice, okay. Wow, okay, a nice ultra rare Watt Chimera. Okay, Retaliating C. I rarely ever do much with the other C cards. Although I do remember they banned Flying C from the Xyz Festival. It was so funny because it's like such an obvious ban, but they didn't ban it initially. I mean, there's so much you have to keep track of doing a game like this. If they ever miss the mark on something, which they rarely ever do, funny enough, I forgive them because like I don't envy the job of the programmers and the people that keep track of the rules and everything. The game is so unbelievably complex. Unbelievably complex. They were new and exclusive to the TCG. Not sure if the OCG has the fish yet. Really? That's crazy that the TCG gets something before the OCG. Not so original, I guess. Well, original doesn't imply it's gonna be first all the time. But yeah. But yeah, Ancient Warriors, Loyal, Guan Yun, Marinces, Basila Lima, Watt Chimera. Wow. 1 Watt tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner Thunder type monsters. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card flips back, your opponent by their type, place around the card from your opponent's hand on top of their deck. Trias Hierarchy again. Volcanic Rat, Fog King. That's interesting that we got this one twice. I have it in one of my Super Quan decks, or I had it. One thing that I'll need to add to one of them is the Diviner of the Herald, but they are ultra rares that I don't know if I want to do anytime soon. That's eventually. I gotta focus my crafting and other things. Another nice super rare. Antikygia Golem. Ancient Gear Golem. I can just picture Coronos de Medici saying this. Antikygia Golem Nanoni. Double Dust Tornado Twins, Dragon Roar, Photon Thrasher, Spellbook Starhawk, Resonator Command, Alien Shock Trooper, Frightful Daredevil. It's weird, Libromancer and Burning Abyss were TCG exclusives, and there's going to be Hungry Burger support only available in Europe for a bit. They need to get their stuff together to release it worldwide. I don't see any reason to make it exclusive. Like, if the OCG gets something before others, sure, because it's the OCG, but then the other way around is just weird. Even weirder if it never gets to one of the other regions or one of the other games, you know? Especially, like, yeah, especially if it got introduced before the OCG, it's so weird. But okay. What was I gonna say? I forgot, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, Hungry Burger support, that's it. I remember they announced that recently. Somebody made a joke about that. It's the year 2000, Hungry Burger, and I remember what this card got announced, and then they announced it again, and I'm so glad they're doing Hungry Burger support. They're finally acknowledging the memes. The memes have won again. The memes have created the miracle again. Let's go. It's a fun card. Like, the memes happen because it's a fun thing to think about. That this card, you make a whole deck around it. I love to see decks based on that. Some people have already been able to make great... Ooh, Star Eater, don't eat me. That sounds like somebody who's gonna kill me. If they eat stars, they feed on me. I mean, imagine a star cluster. To them, that's a very valuable thing. They're gonna feed on people like us. On beings like us. Because we are a multidimensional being. But to keep things simple, I use the first person most of the time. But technically, we should be saying we all the time. But it's a super rare though, good stuff. Nice synchro card. Abyss Keeper, Son of a Lone Dryas, Cyber's Wicked, Garbage Lord, hey, there it is. Deep Fusion, Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning, Harpies Hunting Ground. Good old Garbage Lord for suicide decks mostly, but I've seen it used for other things too, I think. Some people, I've seen Hungry Burger like deck recipes that are supposed to be like viable enough in Master Duel, but now that it's gonna get support, well, I don't know when it's gonna get to Master Duel, but you know, it's gonna be a different story altogether. That's gonna be fun to see. Red Nova Dragon looks great. What was this part of? Red Dragon archetype, yeah. Didn't one of the 5D's characters get that as like their main archetype? Anyway, Fluffball, Wings, Malefic World, Numeron Calling. I might make a Numeron deck someday, actually. I was kind of building one, didn't quite get through with it. Red Nova Dragon, Sprite Red. It's such an easy way to just go for like a quick victory. Of course, you're not gonna win all the time. There's many ways to counter that. I've been countering it nicely here and there. But it seems like an easy way to just cheese it and maybe win a bunch of games or something. But it's not gonna be the priority. I prioritize other decks that are like more fun for me. Evolsaur, Terias, Noble Knights, Shield Bearer, Unstable Evolution. Right now, what you're seeing a lot in Ranked, at least yesterday when I played a little bit, as a new season has started. Especially when it starts the season, you see like most of the top of the meta, even in the earlier ranks, because they just got deranked. I'm in Silver right now, as I was in Gold last time, didn't get beyond that. Because when I play, I mostly play the festivals, I don't play Ranked that much. It gets really tiring to see the same archetypes over and over in Ranked. Kinda happens in the festivals too, but at least there's a different one every time, so it's kind of different things. This one that's coming up is not going to have any custom decks. It's all going to be rental, which is interesting. Stardust and Elemental Hero are two of the rentals, so I'm definitely going to use both. I have an interest in both, as I mentioned. Oh, let's see. Oh, nice number. Teardrop, the Rika Queen. Rika. That's one that got added recently to Solo, right? All the support cards look good too. They tribute your opponent's monsters as ingredients for Hungry Burger. Rika, BB! It got added recently to Solo, so I know it's relevant because of that. Don't know if I'm ever gonna make a deck based on it. Probably not. Not in Master Duel, at least. I'm the sort of maniac that would love to do a deck of every type and using at least once, but that probably not gonna have time for that, not for Yu-Gi-Oh! Similar with Pokemon, that, you know, I want to have a monotype party of every type or something like that, right? I want to cover all Pokemon in existence or something like that. Also, why we did those Pokemon League building streams, and I'm looking up what I can do with the trainer cards. I still need to upload an archive, and I think they're going to look very different than how I did them on the stream. Because they did some new changes to the trainer card maker in Pokecharms that I might actually end up using the old school maker. Even modifying some of those with Photoshop to create some consistency. But as long as they look great, we can go for them. Do you have a deck for Power Pro cards? I don't think so. Remind me, what are Power Pro cards? I have heard that before, but I don't remember what they are exactly. Crystron Amatrix, number C32, Shark Drake Vice. Teardrop, the Rika Queen. Nice. Vendread Reorigin of the normal monsters. Oh, the recent ones they had a collab with, right? Oh, yeah, it would be fun to do that because of that. Yeah, Daimao, like, I never thought Yu-Gi-Oh! Would do a collab like that. It's not like the way they do it in stuff like Battle Spirits or Puzzle and Dragons, in which they bring in brand new cards with their own effects from other intellectual properties, right? Battle Spirits has done that with Kamen Rider, which is what I love a lot. But I hope they do more like this. Just replacing one of the existing cards and they just give it alternate art from other things. Imagine Kamen Rider, imagine... what else could be? Castlevania. I could see Castlevania for the vampire archetypes. 100%. Yes. That would be so sick. Oh yeah, I also kind of was working on a vampire deck. Eventually I'll like to do that. I like vampires. We're gonna get 90 seconds of ads. We'll continue in a moment. Actually, yeah, let me take a quick bio break. Leave you still with the break screen. We're not gonna be gone for long, alright? BRB, stay connected to the Multi-dimensional portal. I don't know why I said it like that. BRB. Omatase shimashita. Let's continue here, shall we? Let me recenter myself. So, let me catch up with the chat as well. Exo Sisters, my build Exo Sisters. Oh, you got Martha, nice. Exo Sisters seems better than when I tried to make Libromancer work. Is it Libro or is it Libro? I'm thinking Libro because of library, but it might be a different pronunciation here. The Bookkeeper's Deck. That sounds like fun though. Libromancers. I think that's gotta be the way you say it. Necros of Gungnir. Some of the ideas they come up with though. So much fun. I mentioned Battle Spirits recently and I would love to get into that. I saw a creator I follow make a video sponsoring it. They sent him like a care package to sponsor. He did a small like clip. He mostly does those shorts and clips. And he did this one, making a parody of like card games in general, but also as a sponsorship to Battle Spirits. And the thing about Battle Spirits is that it's mostly been in Japanese. It's when it started out, it did get English translation and all that, but eventually it stopped and it became a Japanese exclusive thing. But now I find out that they are doing events worldwide with it, like in English-speaking countries, in Spanish-speaking countries, and it seems like they may be re-expanding. So if that is the case, that shows some promise, especially if they translate Kamen Rider cards, which are the ones I want to get. I don't remember what else they had. I think they had Super Sentai, and if they do... not Sentai, sorry, Ultraman. They don't have Sentai. Ooh, where would they even start with Sentai? They would have hundreds of cards there. Even with Kamen Rider, you have so many. I think they had Gundam as well. Not that interested in Gundam, though. Looks like fun, but yeah. Tsukuyomi. Excuse me. I'm so sad they nerfed my grass to 2. I need to touch grass. What are you talking about? Is that part of the joke? Sorry if I didn't get it. What do you mean they nerfed your grass to 2? Is that related to Battle Spirits? I want to get into it, but I don't know yet. Grass is greener? I think I still don't get it though. How is that a nerf? If that's related to Battle Spirits rules, I don't get it. I want to get into it one day though. Is a spell card? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Hey, we got the Revan Dread Slayer. I had it as a mate recently. Gagaga Wind. I didn't even know it was a rare card. I thought it would be above that. It's probably other versions of him. Well, I think it's a he. Kind of looks like Spawn. I know it's based in part from Spawn from Image Comics. If you have 60 cards in deck, you just casually drop 20 cards to your graveyard. Huh, really? Good for mill? Remind me, what does mill mean? As much as I love this, ultimately I approach it very casually. There's all these terms for card games that I don't remember. Heavy Metal Foes Amalgam, nice. A Metal Foes deck is another one I want to build eventually. I think Electromite is not forbidden anymore. I think it used to be forbidden. What did milling mean again? Scooping, like... all these weird terms. I don't even know why they use these words in some of the cases. Scoop, like, that's when you surrender, I think, or something like that, or when you don't get your right cards. Why say it like that? Why not just say surrender, or get your cards, or get the card, or whatever? Defense zone, Virgil, Rockstar of the Burning Abyss. I like this guy. A mill is taking the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Aha. Thank you for the heads up, Gravity. I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember, but I don't guarantee anything. Let's see though, we're not finished, we have the last two. Let's see. Engraver of the Mark. Okay, Tackle Crusader, which I have in one of my Adamant Spitter decks. A Bane is taking a specific card from your deck to the graveyard. Foolish Burial. Okay. I mean, if I can just explain it in another way and it can be understood, I don't need to remember these terms. Some of them, they're hard for me to remember because I don't see the reason why they're named that way. You use it for Skull Servants? Oh yeah, it's a requirement for that deck, I think. A pitch is just a discard? Why is it called a pitch? Easy 10k attack Skeleton Boy? Yeah, I know. Gladiator Beast Esedari? I've lost to a lot of like Skull Servant decks like that. They have a lot of counters to your counters. Tenny Spirit Vishuda, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Boar, Engraver of the Mark. Interesting. Forbidden... how the fuck do you say that? Trapezohedron. Trapezohedron, I think it is. Okay. Morphtronic Cloaken, Sky Striker Ace, Hayate. Aha. Sky Striker, another one I might do someday. But not a meta one, just one that's like themed around having all the Sky Striker cards. Well, we end it in a great way. It looks like a nice bookend of UR and SR, or this might be another UR for the last of the 30 packs. We're still gonna open more packs though. Probably for Sprites of Miracle. Let's see what we've got right here for the final of the 30th anniversary ones. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Okay. Oh, Branded Fusion, that's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, Falling of Albaz. Those Albaz, Despia decks, I think. They're really good decks I've seen in like the meta and all that. Ah, yeah, that's probably why, because they're easy words to say, right? Quick way to say it. A lot of slang happens because of that. But even if they're one-syllable words, they're hard for me to remember because... I don't know. Well, when it makes sense, actually. Even if they make sense, the more they make sense to me, the easier they are for me to remember. Like, you know, for bin, for example, you send it immediately to the graveyard, right? Yeah, it's like throwing something at a trash bin. But then that could apply to many other things if it's just about sending to the graveyard. And as you said, there's other things like discarding, right? So it all gets confused in my mind. My brain is a very multi-dimensional, messy thing. So I forget. So that's why when I play video games, multiplayer mostly are the ones that have these slang, these terms. You don't see me use those terms a lot. If I ever play fighting games, you're not gonna find me saying, what were the terms? Whatever they were, footsies or roundhousing, or I don't remember what it is. I'm just gonna say low kick, high kick, medium kick. I am whiffing, or yeah, punishing. Punishing, I think it is one that I might say here and there, but yeah. Neutral footsies, yeah, like, you know, kind of like moving, kind of trying to get the opponent to attack you in a certain way, certain range. It's hard for me to describe, but yeah. Now, if I'm bad at Yu-Gi-Oh, at card games, I'm even worse at fighting games. As much as I love them, I suck at them a lot. Rebirth of the Seventh Emperors, Naturia's Spiderfang, Inesumi Hanabi, Rush Warrior, Steel Storm Jirastag. I love the designs of Steel Storm. Nice stuff. I just like big, like armored individuals like this. Or well, just, you know, armored individuals like that. kind of comes from my Kamen Rider fandom, but it extends to a lot of things. Like when I see the heroic archetype, another one I might want to do, Super Sentai, Stormtroopers, Halo. I love it when I see that. It doesn't even need to be that kind of armor. I could see like a medieval armor, a magical girl outfit. I love those things. Even more so these days, something has clicked in me, maybe influenced by Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games like gacha-like games like Puzzle and Dragons that just make me really like them. In a sort of video gaming perspective, if that makes any sense. Well, here's the haul. We got one, two, oh yes, we have one Royal Finish Special Dark Magician, the icon, the circle, which I'm gonna implement immediately. Puzzle, well, all the other accessories. Beautiful things. I gotta get Dark Magician as my card art. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ultra rares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 if I counted right. 23 super rares, not too shabby. Dark Magician is 1500 gems? What do you mean? If you didn't get it yet? What do you mean? Oh, it's a structured deck. Oh yeah, I think I didn't get that. I want to spend the gems I have right now on packs though. I don't think I'm gonna get that. 1500 though, that's quite expensive. Minus on block, yeah, I don't even know what that means, Gravity. But yeah, whatever. As long as other people can be understood. The problem I have with slang is that not everybody can be expected to understand it. Another reason why I prefer not to use it, so that even things I'm an expert at, I'd rather use something that is very clear, so that I can be understood by everyone. I hate misunderstandings, so I'd rather not have them. Darkest Magic's right here. If you want one, it's 500. Vortex of Magic. There's so many that are possibly a good idea. I mean, none of them have a time limit, right? Time limit made akiramenai seso sa. While on the other hand, yeah, exactly. They don't have a time limit, so Sprites of Miracle though, there's still many days left, but it does have a time limit. I gotta emphasize that. I've seen some great Dark Magician decks lately. They probably built up from the structure deck here. You're probably saying 1500 gems so I can get 3 copies of the most rare cards in them, right? Like those URs right there, which are pretty much essential for Dark Magician decks, I'm guessing. The super rares here in the extra deck. Illusion of Chaos. I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Better to spend gems on them than to spend materials that you can maybe use for something else, right? Gems you can buy. Materials, not so much. Not really. Can't really imagine playing a card game with keywords anymore. Yeah. Even after I learned terms like that, I can't think of any examples where I know those things, but I don't use them. Yeah, I got 2 Rages of Cypher. I think I got them for Honest. Let me see. Why did I buy 2 of this? Or can you only buy it twice? Yeah, for Honest. So I could get 2 of Honest. That's the reason why. Another reason why it's great to buy them is because of the card case. It's great to get those. What are the card cases for them? I like the Vortex of Magic card case, very nice. Immortal Glory, what is this about? Zombie type monsters. Okay, decent card case. Some of these are uncraftable. You definitely gotta buy them here. Spellbook of Prophecy. Oh, nice card case. Some green fantasy vibes. Elvish vibes. Allurin will like that, I think. Oh yes, the Dragon Maid card case, very nice. Haven't seen that many Dragon Maids lately. Sprite kind of took that over, I think. Cyber Dragon, good stuff. We got some nice Cyber Dragon cards. I got this one, Magician of Pendulum. In Recontract Universe, I got this one too. It's great that they have structured decks as well. It's something I keep forgetting about. And many accessories that I want to get as well, eventually. But right now, I want to spend gems on... I want to keep spending them on packs because How many are left for Sprites of Miracle? 39 days left. You might say, oh, Khaiden, that's a lot, but I don't always have time to play Master Duel and get the most out of the gems I can win in a given day. Sometimes I go days without playing it, maybe over a week. Not lately because I have been having fun with it lately, but you know, that's the reason why. Even 39 days may not be enough, so just to show you, let me get to the deck building so I can show you the Elemental Hero cards I have. Mostly it's the new Neo support I gotta get, but there are a few others that I need to also get. Let's get this one. That's kind of a one I was kind of working on. That's kind of still missing some cards. I'm missing these UR Vision Hero parties. I only have 2 of them if I want to get 3. I only have 1 Vion. It's been such a great card in my Mask Hero deck. This is a more meta Mask Hero deck. The other one has every single Mask Hero in it. So it's not as meta because you don't have space for other cards like this one, which is good, I'm guessing. I can craft them, but you know, I have enough for, let's say, 120. That's for hold on, let me see if I can do math. Oh, and this one is forbidden now. Didn't even realize that. Not gonna touch the deck though, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. 4, right? 30, 60, 90. So it's 4 super rares and 4 ultra rares. I want to be extremely selective with that. Extremely selective. And yeah, these ones. If you have a deck recipe, Daimao, or anybody knows, maybe masterduelmeta.com or the database, the Konami database, somewhere, let me know. And I like to see if I can craft it. It will depend on what cards I have. Again, I wanna be stingy with my materials right now. Malicious Pain is another one I need to get. If I am gonna craft anything, it's gonna be Elemental Heroes. But Elemental Hero, I'm still missing this bad boy here, which I can get in. Wait, can I get that in Sprites of Miracle? I can't even get this one in Sprites of Miracle. And I saw this in an opponent's Neos deck, which was great. This was a great card. Divine Neos only comes in that secret pack, but that can wait. That can wait. I gotta go for the thing that has a time limit now, right? I can craft it. I mean, if I craft something, it could be that one first. We can't craft more of those. We only get 1 copy of each. Oh, that does suck, though. Yeah. They should allow you to craft more of them. You know, you just don't get it in Royal Finish, maybe, but yeah. So you can use them. So you can see that artwork when you use them. You can be more guaranteed to see it. Otherwise, it's only like 3 of them in your deck with 40 cards or so. You're not necessarily gonna see them. I still would like to see a recipe though. Neos Kluger, which is in the Sprites of Miracle packs we're gonna open. Pretty sure we're gonna open that one. Neo Space Connector is new support. No, it's not. Never mind, sorry. Sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But also goes in that other one. I'm surprised it's not in Sprites of Miracle. Electrum, Eric Shira, Elixir. On the Legacy pack, I actually have a lot of Legacy packs to open. I have 554 Legacy packs. You know what I was wanting to do with them? I wanted to save them for stream number 500. Because we are at stream number 472. Spirit of Neos, that's the new one? Okay. We could open a few of these though. We could actually open a few of these. But well, it's to give you an idea of the few things I'm missing. Let's see specifically related cards. Phantom Magician, that's a rare one, no problem. This one, Gaia, there's quite a few. And even the ones I have right now, some of them, I may need more copies of them. Supers and Ultras and stuff like that. Let me dismantle extra cards. Yeah, I'm not gonna get any Ultra or Supers, but this is still a good idea. Before I forget to do it. But yeah, there's also this guy that is like the poster child for the Legacy packs. It reminds me so much of Frieza from Dragon Ball. I'm sure I'm not the only one. You're thinking I might upgrade my live twins with sprites. I got enough mats. Nice. You sure you want to use mats and not open the packs, Daimao? If you're gonna get sprites? Of course, it depends on what you're doing with your gems too. Destiny Hero, Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer also gonna be a very important one to get. And I probably will need maybe like 3 of each. Elemental Hero Core, which is also only from the Legacy packs. Or, well, we craft it. That's another way. Nebula Neos. That's not new support. And I would like to have it, damn it. I want to complete the collection at least. For some of those, if they're not that viable, then maybe just one of them. There will be several different kinds of decks. Crystal Septenary. It's not like an entirely different secret pack. I might have to craft this one. But as you can see, it's more than 4. I can't craft all of them. That's why I have to be selective. And I wanted to get 2 more Spiral cards as well. Only 2 more are needed. I'll show you in a moment. Hold on. We're gonna get back to the gacha, but before that... I only need 2 more. Well, actually, yeah, there's also some of the extra deck cards. I might replace them with something else. I'm missing 2 more copies of Spiral Super Agent in this work in progress, which is basically every super... Spiral card. I was thinking Super Quant for a moment. Yeah. It aims to have at least 1 of each Spiral card. Every single one. It might not be that meta in that sense. Tell you what though, we can open about 50 legacy packs. So we're still around 50 for stream number 500. We opened 500 packs, that seems right to me. You have 3 blues but haven't picked a single jet. 340 SR and 260 URs, let's go. I may still, well, I forget that I can dismantle some. I'll have to be selective again on that. I'm thinking that I'm never gonna make one of the archetype, I can just do that. We're gonna skip this though, we're gonna skip it. Phoenix Beast Gairuda, Megaton Magical Cannon, Xyz combine, or sorry, no, this is not Xyz. This is XYZ combine. Compulsory Evacuation Device, Armor EXE, Atomic Firefly, Elephant Statue, Blessing, Light Effigy, Quakimeru Beetle, might do a Quakimeru deck eventually. A Corno, Photon Leo, Performapal, Guitartle, nice. Metal Foe, Stealin, Gorgon Egg, Holograph, Great Bill, Guard Penalty, Synchro Blast Wave, Cross Attack, Battle Instinct. That's it. Wish they would let you open more at once. Kind of weird that you only can open 10 of them. Just completely dismantle your Yumi deck because it got too boring for you? Ah! That explains it, Daimao. Okay, ooh, look at that! Nice UR. Can dismantle it, sadly, so I'm only interested in the URs and SRs I need to get. Might be useful in a future deck though. I might do more insect decks. I have an Insector deck actually, but it can barely withstand other decks. So I'll have to do another one. I have some Battle Wasps. So many decks, But I kinda gotta focus on some more than others. One-Eyed Skill Gainer. That's your boy, Cicada. Thanen, the Great Sphinx. Edaten, the Conqueror's Star. I like that name. Allure Queen level 5, Damage Eater. Heavy Knight of the Flame. BM4, Blast Spider. Familiar Knight. Howling Insect. Masked Clown. Gate Dig. Eldine. Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. Robo Lady. This is such a tokusatsu look to me. Spiritualism. Ishido's Spirit. Shinato's Arc. Look at that. Look at that beautiful vortex leading to Shinato's Arc. Chaos Trap Hole. 3 Strikes Barrier. And that's it. Another 10. We have 30 more to go. Skipping the animations because you only get 2 each. Light and... so I'm gonna kind of speed through them. I'm not gonna actually read all of them. Okay. Win Kuribo. Kuri. Nice. More Judai stuff. Light End Dragon. You know, if I get Bell, for example, that's gonna be another thing with Judai Yuki. Yuki Judai. Clear World. Okay. Light End Dragon might be a good one for a deck. I'm gonna get more Jinzo cards from these packs. Libromancer was stupid expensive for no reason. Needed 9 URs for his starters alone. Some have more URs and SRs than others. Yeah. It's kind of an inevitability. Occupational Hazard. Clear Vice Dragon is the SR we got here. The only one. Kasejin. Very nice. Jam Armadillo. Already had that one. Ekibio Drakmort. Forced Ceasefire. Penguin Soldier. Some classic cards in here. Okay, and the final 10... I'm gonna skip the animations as well for this. And I'm gonna remain with 500 plus so I can have them for stream number 500 maybe. Still a little bit away from that, and that's Twitch streams because it's not counting the YouTube streams. So I already have over 500 streams easily. With, you know, counting the Lotra streams I did way back when on the Lotra stream channel. Axe Dragon Nude, that's another classic. Win Kuribo again. But yeah, no super or ultra rares here. Definitely not the ones I was looking for. Dynamorphia deck was expensive. You had to make a new account. Yeah, I don't personally I don't want to make a new account because then if I want to use a deck it's fine, but I'd rather just do it like on another Yu-Gi-Oh game if I want it that badly. I want to have it on the same account here for being able to have consistency with the cards and all that. I can understand the need to make another account though, just for some decks and stuff, but eh. Well, we are gonna do this. Let's go for Sprites of Miracle. I might get good stuff for a Sprite deck if I don't get enough for the Elemental Hero Neo support, so it's a good purchase to make, I think. Let's do this. You have 8 accounts, you dual monster maniac. Daimaniac Sakarashi, that should be your new name. That's great though, I hope you're having fun with it. How do you even make 8 accounts? How many devices do you have? Well, I don't know how you can log out. Feels to me you need to have another device for it, but probably another way around it. 1 device? Okay. So yeah. Hey, we got a Neos. I think that's my 3rd Neos, so we're good. If we get more Neos, that's great because I get to dismantle them. So let's go. 1 device using Konami account. Nice. Yes, we got a Neos. I mean, if we make a Neos deck, I think you need 3 of like the primary Elemental Hero Neos, right? Common Soul, very important. Sprite Gamma Burst, some nice finish to it, even though it's normal. Joruri Punk, Dangerous Gabu, P-U-N-K Punk, that's another archetype they have in here. Morphtronic Telephone, Recycling Batteries, Elemental Hero Neos, Sprite Red. The great thing about these packs is that you always, all 8 of the cards you receive are, I keep thinking it's 10 sometimes, I forget it's 8. But yeah, all 8 of the cards you receive are always like only from the cards that come with this pack, unlike secret packs. It's great this way though, don't get me wrong. It's great that way, but it's nice to have it be like this too, for like the ones that are for a limited time. 4 that are not related and 4 that are related. It works out nicely. I think it's a good model, good way to do it. Let's see. Exo Sister Returnia, Punk Jam Extreme Session. Not what I'm looking for, but okay. I might end up dismantling them. Neospatian Grand Mole. Well, not the Sprite one though. Might do that. Joruri Punk Nashiwari Surprise. Exo Sister Returnia. Life Extreme. Ukiyo Punk Sharakusai. See, yeah, I kind of like the style of the Punk cards. I don't want to dismantle them either. Punk Jam Extreme Session. The music archetypes are fun because I love music. I'm a V singer too. Like, makes sense to me, right? Jam Project, Jam Extreme, I don't know. Isn't there a bunch of ways to search vanilla Neos? You probably only need 2 at max. Yeah, that's why I was saying maybe I need 3. Exo Sister Armament, Morphtronic Telephone. It's not telephone, it's telephone. Right? Let's see what we get out of this rainbow one. Only 1 ultra rare so far, which is Neos. But now we have 2. We got Exo Sisters Magnifica. Morphtronic Cord. Wow. That's another one there. Joruri Punk, Dangerous Gabu, Morphtronic Cord. Again, I have like 4 or 5 of them now. Ian Wave, Exo Sisters Magnifica. Maybe I will have to do an Exo Sisters deck eventually. Time to build Exo Sisters, but hold on. I still will need other URs and SRs probably. Morphtronic Slingen. Double Tool, C and D, Exo Sister Ellis. Yeah, since I'm getting a bunch of Exo Sister cards, I think I'm not gonna dismantle the Exo Sister URs and SRs. Yeah. I'll have to delete some of the decks I have, probably. But that's alright. Oh, Xyz Bento. This one saved me in a previous duel I had on the Xyz Festival. Maybe if we have time, I'll show it to you. The thing is, I kind of have to pause in some parts to explain what's going on, but basically I was going to be destroyed by this Xyz monster with over 30,000 attack, and I was able to use Xyz Bento to change its position, and the opponent also, I activated Max C on that turn, and the opponent just summoned lots of special summons that I ended up having like over a dozen cards in my hand, but they were planning to finish it that turn. That's the reason why they allowed that to happen, because they had that monster of over 30,000 attack. But Xyz Bento saved me from that attack. They couldn't attack with anybody else, I think. I think that's what happened because of another effect. So on the next turn, I turned things around because I had so many fucking cards. I turned things around beautifully. So yeah. I also added Nibiru to my Xyz Festival deck after that, because I realized, yeah, Nibiru would have probably been a good counter too, because I drew so many cards I probably would have gotten it. They special summon so many monsters, let's just get Nibiru, the Primal Being. We got a super rare Punk. I think it's the second super rare Punk card. Joruri Punk, Madam Spider, Gadget Hauler, Xyz Soul, Exo Sister Ellis, No Punk, Se Amin, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of this. Cap Shell, Junk Box, Gadget Box. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see the other 5. Have any of you maniacs in the chat used Exo Sisters? How do you find it? I haven't seen many Exo Sisters like deck recipes in Master Duel Meta or in Ranked. Sprite is the one that's being focused on the most. Sometimes being combined with stuff like Tri-Brigade. Favorite Contact, Overfusion, Xyz Bento, Cross Keeper, love the design. Ukiyo Punk Sharaksai, Morphtronic Telephone, Xyz Bento, Neos Wiseman. Nice stuff, nice stuff. Anything Neos is welcome. But it's all gacha. It's all RNGesus. Father Fortune and Lady Luck, the Holy Trinity of randomness. More Exo Sisters! I will have to build that Exo Sisters deck. Look at that. That's the second Returnia I get, so that's great. Okay. Sprite Pixies, Ukiyo Punk Sharaksai, Exo Sister Returnia, Elemental Hero Avian, Featherman Fesaman in Japanese, Exo Sister Stella, Double Tool C and D, Gadget Hauler, Neos Wiseman. We're gonna have to see how many Exo Sister cards we have after all this. Maybe have a work in progress Exo Sisters deck. I didn't like the sound of Exo Sister effects, not too much Graveyard Reborns nowadays. I have no idea what their effects are, I haven't seen that yet. We're getting some really good pulls here, let's go. Nice, there's a Neo. Oh, yes! Super rare with a royal finish. My beautiful crystally rainbow goodness. Morphtronic Slingen, Cross Keeper, look at that beautiful EN Engage Neo Space. Oh, that is gorgeous. Utsukushi kado desu ne. Ah, kono Niji no kado. This rainbow card. Morphtronic Slingen, Neospatian Grand Mall, Gagaku Punk Crash Beat, Elemental Hero Featherman, Favorite Contact. Let's go. 2 more packs left. What was the name of this card that plays that animation? I think it's one of the Utopia variations. Does anybody know? Remind me in the chat. Because I did know. Oh, there we go! It's the poster child for this. Gigantic Sprite. That's a good one. That's a good one to get. From what I understand, at least. I don't know everything about Sprite yet. And we still have 1 more pack to go. Let's go. Nice, 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 nice. Gigantic Sprite. Beautiful ultra rare here. Morphtronic Slingen. Xyz Soul. Mischief of the Gnomes. Sprite Smashers. Mind Pollutant. Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. EN Wave. Okay, on to the last pack. Let's see what we get here. And we still have 10 more. We're gonna open 10 more. Just FYI. Nice! That's what I was looking for. And you are Neos card. I mean, apart from Elemental Hero Neos. Morphtronic Scannon. Morphtronic Lantron. Well, we should take a look at the Morphtronic cards we have as well. Exo Sister Ellis. Neospatian Flare Scarab. Xyz Bento, so many of those already. Sprite Smashers, Neospatian Flare Scarab, Elemental Hero, Neos Kluger. Kuruga, probably in Japanese. Yubel, I still haven't gotten to the point in GX in which they meet you, Bell. Still with the Society of Light, as I said. Very nice, and we did find the Neo Space Comrades pack, which I'm tempted to open, but... You know, the one that has the time limit is the one we're opening right now, so... We gotta do that one instead. Gigantic searches and summons any level 2. Okay. Don't know how useful that is for, like, the Sprite archetype. I don't know. Let me drink some water here. I just postponed a couple of, like, ad breaks, so we would have that uninterrupted, but... Probably gonna need to... Probably gonna need to wait before we open the next 10. So we get those 90 seconds and then we get all packs uninterrupted. Let's take a look at the missions. I'm not gonna have any duels today, so I still have 29 days left for these though, at least, so that's good. 3 duels in solo mode, I can do that. I'll probably do that off stream. Tomorrow I wanna take part in the new festival they're gonna have. It will be very interesting. From what I understand, it's only rental decks for everyone, and it's only 3 of them. We're gonna keep seeing the same decks over and over, but I'll try to learn them well. From what I understand, there's Elemental Hero and Stardust. I'm gonna use both of them. I may learn new things about Elemental Hero. I don't know what that deck is gonna look like, actually. But yeah, 3 Fusion Pendulum Link Summons. I don't get to do that with my Super Quan deck, not much. 5 Special Summons, easy. 3 duels in solo mode, easy. Easy daily missions. You can summon Hero Kid, which special summons 2 more Hero Kids to link off into Sprite Elf. Okay, okay. Yeah, because it's not showing you the details in Event Duel there. In notifications, they do say Tryout Duel, Duel Trial. Mini events that take place over a short span of time. A specific number of victories will be while playing with the event-specific rules. Loner decks, Elemental Hero, Stardust, and Utopia related cards. So yeah. Only for 1 week. Oh, it actually starts today, like on my time zone, you know, the time zone in my computer. Remember, I'm in like multiple time zones because I'm multidimensional, but the one I have mostly, it's gonna be in a few hours actually. But I'll probably play for the first time tomorrow. And if it all goes well, it'll be a stream. Rental Competition 2. Wow, yeah, they're gonna have it for... Okay, another one for the week, for like the week after this, and then the last week of... Well, actually, that's less than a week, I think. The last days of March, the first days of April. That's fascinating. I like the concept, though. I like that they're trying out these things. I think they should always have an ongoing festival. Like, it's easier to count the days in which you don't have a festival ongoing. That's something I kind of told them in the survey they had recently for the anniversary. Because it gets old just doing ranked and seeing the same decks over and over. Festivals are a great way to add variety. And it's better to play the festivals than it is to play like with their rules in a dual room, because if you play the festivals, you get rewards. And not only rewards, but you also get missions. They really, one change they really need to do, they really need to make these missions doable in casual mode. I don't know why they don't allow that. You know, in casual duel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last I tried it out, it didn't count it. Like, in casual match. Why not allow that there? I don't see the problem with that. It's not like it can be abused. This is public. You don't get to know who you're gonna face here. You can abuse it just as much as you can abuse it in ranked, you know? You make a deck specifically for the mission. I wouldn't even call that abusing it. If you can do that in a dual room, that would be unfair. I get that, but why in casual match? Why not let that count? Right? Dual result rewards will not be given, that's fine. No rank rewards, but at least make the missions doable here. That's something I seriously hate, and I just told them all over the survey. In a polite way, of course, in a very good way. I praised them where they had to be praised, by the way. I'm like, this is a great aspect, keep this going. This is a fantastic game because of this. But I told them whenever I could, change this about casual mode, for heaven's sake. What the hell are you thinking, Konami? Not phrased like that, though. Let's get to the shop and get everything ready for the final 10 cards. 10 packs, sorry, not 10 cards. Nice gigantic sprite though. Sprite elf is one I still need. Let's see. When it comes to the ultra rares, since we're focusing on Neos, we really want to get, so we got all the Neos we need. We want to get maybe more copies of Neos Kluger and Neos Wingman. I think I have maybe one of them, Shining Neos Wingman. Ideally, we want 3 of them. I don't know how many I'm gonna end up having in the final decks, but until I know, it's best just to have all of them. Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. The Wingman. That's it. There are not that many URs. And then for SRs, oh yeah, Spirit of Neos, yeah, the one I was told about. I think we want 3 of this one. So that's 3. Neo Space, so we only need 2 more. 5. I don't know how many instant contacts we have. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe Duel Academy? I don't know. 4 times 3 is 12. About 12 cards there, maybe. Well, we already got one engaged Neo Space. Not sure if I have an instant contact already, but it's about 11, 10 cards maybe. Still a lot though. And then for rares and normals, I can just craft them, that's okay. But I see Flame Wingman here, that's great, that's great. Miracle Fusion, very nice, very nice. Neos Wiseman. Yeah, U-Bell is a normal card, that's the funny thing. I get the feeling that character, I don't know what that character is like yet, but I get the feeling that character wouldn't like that. They're like, I'm a normal card, I'm gonna kill you for that. Because they were a villain initially. Minor spoiler there, but yeah, initially. There they are. Yuberu. Alright, let's see what we get though. All the more reason to keep opening these packs. Just collect the URs and SRs in here to build some good decks with them. Let's see what we get. The last 80 cards we're gonna get through gacha today, I think. We're not gonna build any decks, by the way, we're just opening them up. I'll figure out the decks another time. Because I still haven't finished getting all the Duel Pass rewards. I'm still not at level 100 in the Duel Pass, so... Oh, shoot, I should have read the cards out loud. In that last one, I didn't do that. There's Yubel though, I think it's my first one. Nice, nice. Okay, another Pong card. Yubel, yeah, because the one that has the least SR and URs, I think is the Neos stuff. So yeah, but there's Yubel, Yuberu. Recycling batteries, double tool C and D. Elemental Hero Aqua Neos, double tool C and D. Miracle Fusion, Morphronic Earphone, Punk Jam Dragon Drive. Love the colors in this, so lovely. All the Punk cards have that color scheme, that art style, you might say. I like it. I really like it. Yush! I see a Flame Wingman. Sprite Starter UR, let's go. I love the look of that, let's go. Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, Morphronic Telephone, Sprite Starter. Kinda reading the effect there. Elemental Hero Barst Lady, Bastorady, Burstinatrix, Iron Call, Elemental Hero Aqua Neos, Grand Neos, Gagaku Punk Wagon. Is that meant to be a pun like wagon, like the word? The vehicle? I don't know. Okay, another SR or above. Oh, look at that! Psychic and Punisher Ultra Rare. Well, that was a bit too much on my throat. Sprite Gamma Boars, look at this bad boy. Psychic and Punisher. That sounds like a finisher move name. Psychic and Punisher! You know? Like, you know how they name in the anime, like, the attacks of their cards, which I love, by the way. You know, Psychic and Punisher does a direct attack. Psychic and Punisher, you just repeat. Psychic and Punisher performs the Psychic and Punisher. Anyway, I want to see the effect. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster, 11 stars. While your LP are less than or equal to your opponent's, this Synchro Summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. I think I did see this recently. Look at the sick artwork in it. Once per turn, you can pay 1000 LP, then target one monster you control and one card your opponent controls, banish them. At the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference in your LP and your opponent's. You're gonna have to be mindful of the difference in life points. You want to be lower, not too low though, because it's risky, but you want to keep it low. Even if you don't have it low though, it's still high attack power. You're gonna have at least 4500 by activating the effect, or so. Yeah. What kind of decks would this be good with? Is it part of an archetype? It doesn't look like it is. Psychic decks maybe, synchro decks. I get the feeling it might be like Changing and Baron de Fleur. They are part of an archetype, but they're also good in general for synchro decks. I have them in my Adamas Better decks. I think all of them. Well, it's only 2 of them, but still. Neospatial Flare Scarab, Ian Wave, Iron Call, Exceeds Bento, Mischief of the Gnomes, Cross Sporter. Nice. Wow, look at them. 3 of them already. Let's see. Morphtronic Converter. Hey, there's Do It Academia. And a Neos Super Rare. That's what I was looking for. Morphtronic Converter. Duel Academy. Where should we go? Rye Yellow, Osiris Red, or Obelisk Blue? Or perhaps the Society of Light. And I don't know if they add like more things to the Duel Academy based on the arc that's ongoing. I think there's like another dimension they go to in a future arc, but yeah. Or perhaps a teacher. Perhaps you're not in any of the houses. You're a teacher in the academy, right? Neo's Wise Man, Exceeds Bento, Gagaku Punk Crash Beat, Miracle Contact, Morphtronic Lantron, Exo Sister Caspitel. Right. Let's see what else we have right here. Toolbox Super Rare. I think this is not connected to an archetype. I think it's just general. Joruri, and I think it's the second one I get, right? Joruri Punk Madam Spider, Ian Wave, Sprite Pixies, Morphtronic Repair Unit, Morphtronic Scannon, Toolbox. If you control a monster, you can reveal 2 equipped spells from your deck with different names. So mostly for equip-based decks. Okay. Favorite Contact, Ian Wave. Alright. We have 4 more left. 7, 8, 9, and 10 out of 10. Nothing SR or UR here, but this is nice still. Mind Pollutant, Sprite Pixies, Ukiyo Punk Sharaksai, Elemental Hero Flare Neos, Iron Call, Joruri Punk Nashwari Surprise, Neospatian Flare Scarab, Cross Sporter, Kuros Sporta. You know, in Chojin Sentai Jetman, their transformation call, they always say, Kuros Chenja. And ever since that, anything that starts with cross, I just kind of say it in Japanese like that, Kuros. You know, there's this attack in Pokemon called Cross Chop, and I just say, Kuros Chop. Sounds great, doesn't it? Kuros Chop. Let's see. Engage Neo Space. Exo Sisters Magnifica again. I'm gonna have to build that Exo Sisters deck. Let's go. I like it though. I like it. I'm here for the Neo stuff. But whatever we get from the others seems good. Yeah, if I get good stuff from them, let's build a deck. That's why I'm getting a spiral deck. It's fun for me either way. Elemental Hero Grand Neos. Gagaku Punk Wagon. Did I read the first one? Recycling Batteries. I think I did. EN Engage Neo Space, which is good to get too. Let's not sleep on this one. Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. Miracle Fusion. Exo Sisters Magnifica is the second one we get. Favorite Contact. And there's 2 more left. Yeah, the thing about getting these packs that are only available for a limited time is that you're almost guaranteed to get a lot of the rare, like super and ultra rare cards. Because you only get the cards that come with the pack. You don't get any that are outside of it. And they only have a few, as we saw. So you open enough of them and you'll get what you need. You get any duplicate SRs or URs? Dismantle them. Good materials for you. So there you go. A Morphtronic Super Rare, okay. Exo Sister Caspitel, Gagaku Punk while picking, Neo's Wise Man, Gadget Box, Morphtronic Impact Return. Maybe that toolbox or whatever it was is related to Morphtronic. Exo Sister Ellis, Battle of Sleeping Spirits, Neo's Wise Man. So for the final out of these we're doing, we don't have enough gems for others right now. As I keep dueling and keep getting rewards or whatever, I'll get more gems. And I'll open more of these packs in the remaining 39 days. Not all of that is gonna happen on stream, but I'll try to save as much of that as I can on the stream. Might be better to do it there. Instant Contact though, that is very welcome. Morphtronic Slingen, Neospatian Flare Scarab, Gagaku Punk Wagon, Instant Contact, Overfusion, good stuff too. Morphtronic Slingen, Favorite Contact, Morphtronic Earphone, and that is everything. Great pulls today! Some really great gacha! RNGesus, Father Fortune, Lady Luck. They were with me quite nicely today, both for the Master Packs and for these ones here. I really wish I could open some Neo Space Comrades here, but I'm gonna save the gems. I mean, I could open 2 more packs, but it's best to save them for the 10 packs where you can get at least a super rare guaranteed, right? It's best that way. Neo Space Comrades I'm gonna have for 23 more hours or so, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get 1,000 gems. I mean, we have an event tomorrow, so maybe if we do enough on that event tomorrow, we'll be able to get that. It will depend also. I'm probably gonna start streaming at around the same time as today. I don't have a set time. No schedule this week since we're kind of like stabilizing things again from the PC repair saga, the building maintenance saga outside of it as well. Let's make a new deck here. Let's take a look at Exo Sisters. Oh yeah, we're missing Martha. There she is. I thought she was SR. I guess I remember incorrectly. Yeah, like we still need so much more. We're not gonna be building this one anytime soon. Again, it depends on how many more of those packs we open and what we get out of them. Look at that, we got 7 Exo Sister Ellis. Let's dismantle. No, sorry, not selected cards. All extra cards. Got a nice amount of rare and normal materials. But still quite a few Exo Sisters. There's not that many cards in the archetype, so let's say we get 3 of these, 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Let's get only 2 of them. Just a sort of idea what the deck is gonna look like if I do this. Let's see. Yeah, I could do that. Even 3 of each of them, and there's still enough space for many other things. The extra deck is the one that maybe needs more space. I can maybe remove some of those copies, but it's one of those in which even if you include all the cards in the archetype, you can have so many other things. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this as a work in progress for the future. As for the bookmarks, like Max C, 3 of them, Ash Blossom. What else? I don't know what the effects of Exo Sisters are, so I don't know if Foolish Burial is a good idea for this. But Raigeki, Harpies. We could use one more monster, maybe. I don't know what it could be. Some other staples that are maybe good. Infinite Impermanence here, Called by the Grave. Maybe cross out Designator. An Exo Sister Storygate, that would be great. Perhaps in the future. Did I get Monster Reborn? I did not. We have room for one more monster here. Maybe Radian. It's my favorite. You know, Kaiju cards are always useful because of their effect to just tribute an opponent's monster, but Radian is my favorite because, well, look at the name. Radian, the multi-dimensional Kaiju. Tajigen Kaiju Radian. That is the Japanese name. So, this is my card. My signature card, you might say. Yeah, Kaiju is another deck I want to do. I want to do a deck with every Kaiju in it. And there's a lot of room for other things after that. Probably the danger monsters are a good idea. So we'll see. I'll leave the spaces open for the extra deck. We already have 40 cards in the deck like this. It's probably going to look very different than that. I'm going to delete this Or rather, let's take away all the cards. Let's clear the deck. It's one I saved from an opponent, but I can just find a recipe somewhere. If I do go for Egyptian God someday, which I want to. They combine Numeron with it in quite a nice way. I think I faced them in the Xyz Festival. May have been, no, it may have been Legend Anthology actually. If they had like some other non-Xyz cards, but okay. The other one we wanted to check was Sprite. How much do we have for Sprite? Oh yes, missing quite a few. I think we would need 2 more Sprite Elves. Yeah, there's such few cards of it, you can combine it with so many other things. No wonder it's killing it in the meta. No wonder. 3 Sprite Blue, 3 of this, let's say. 3 of this. That's like 90 UR already. Only 2 you can get of that. 3 of this. 3 of that. 3 of that. I probably don't need that many, right? I might reduce it to be able to have an even more meta deck, maybe. But even having 3 of every single one of them, look at how much room we have for other things. Or maybe I should search differently. Let's see related cards. Wow, okay. That's all that's related to it, apparently. Yeah. It's not even showing everything that is related to it. There you go. There you go. A Sprite deck might be fun to do for that reason. If I keep opening enough of those packs, yeah. It's gonna be good like that. Every level 2 is an honorary Sprite? Ah, hold on. We gotta search for that. Let's search for level 2s. Oh, yeah, they're all level 2 or rank or link 2. The ones I have, for example. You think Morphine Jar would be a good idea? No, probably not, because you special summon, I think. Oh, let me see. Yeah, you special summon them, so it's not a good idea. Of course, Max C! We can have all of Max C, though not for special summoning, but still. I don't know what the other effects are. Spiral, well, no, you need Spiral monsters for that. There's the Sprite Elf. It's a level 2 deck. Very nice, very nice. Gale Dogra. Huh, this looks like an old card. You can pay 3000 LP, send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Doki Doki. Maybe Psy Frame Gear Gamma. It depends on the recipes out there. I can see this being combined with Adamantisphere to an extent. Especially with Doki Doki. And the Psy Frame Gears, but... Formula Synchron, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Eve the World Chalice Priestess, but maybe not, maybe not. What is up with this Lamphoringus anyway? 1200 attack, no effect, and it's a super rare. Why is this a super rare when it doesn't have an effect and the attack is so low? What's up with this one? Is it key to like another super or ultra rare card, like on the description or something? An effect related to it? But yeah, Ferocious Flame Swordsman might be a good idea. Although it's mostly for warrior monsters. Not really. It's just nonsense? What is up with that? Why make it a super rare? Oh yeah, and I got that from a legacy pack. I cannot dismantle that. It's not a... Yeah, it's one of those non-viable cards. They mostly leave them for legacy packs. So like, hey, here it is for you if you want to use it, but we're not gonna let you dismantle that because that would be OP. You know? But I know you don't want it. Well, we know you don't want it, so we're gonna leave it for the legacy pack. Because you know, you get legacy packs for completely free for just playing the game. So, it's gonna be a lot of bogus cards like that. Anyway, let's clean this up. And we want to search Morphtronic now. Punk is the one we're gonna search after this. There's many more Morphtronic cards here. No ultra rares though. Interesting. Morphtronic Videon. Yeah, a deck with only the more... Wow. Huh, yeah, I don't think I could make a deck with everything in it. If we include like those gadget monsters or whatever they are. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. This is very different. Morphtronic Telephone is naughty? Naughty? Blech. Telephone. I'm just gonna say telephone. I'm saying telephone because it's like F-O-N. Kind of like fun, F-U-N, right? But yeah. Wait, where is Morphronic Telephone? Why do I not see that? Which one was it again? I thought it was like an extra deck card. No. It's just an effect monster. It FTKs, first turn kills, is that what that means? Wow. Okay, which one was it again? Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die and gain LP equal to the result times 100. Then you can special summon one Morphronic monster from your graveyard with a level equal to or lower than the result. Defense position. During your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die, excavate the many cards on top of your deck, and if you do, you can send one excavated Morphronic card to the graveyard. Also, place the rest on either the top or the bottom of deck in any order. Okay, so it's not from attack power, I think, that it one first turn kills. How does it do that then? What do you mean if first turn kills? How do you do that then? If first turn kills you because you killed your deck? Or what? I don't think I'm getting it. It has no once per turn restrictions. But that means you're killing your own deck. That's what you meant. Not first turn killing the opponent, but the deck. I have quite a nice amount of super and ultra rare punk cards, although only one copy of each, but yeah, I think I might as well do a punk deck eventually. I don't think I'm gonna dismantle any of these cards either. No cards that I get from the Sprite packs are gonna be dismantled because I'm gonna get enough of them for some decks. You can use it to link climb into anything. Oh, I see. I think I see. Yeah. I'll take a look at the deck recipes when the time is right, when I'm opening enough packs. I hope I can open as many of them in these remaining 39 days of that. We'll see. But let's do a prototype deck here. Oh no, never mind. This is the same one. Let's see, two of these. Yeah, we want to leave some more spaces open for Max C, Ash Blossom. This is a nice amount of monsters, maybe. I don't know. The extra deck, though, you can still have more. We leave it like that, and yeah, we can do other things. Again, I don't know what the effects of punk monsters are. I see a lot of level 3s, so level 3 Xyz monsters are probably a good idea. Level 5, maybe. Level 8, maybe, Xyz monsters. They're tuners as well, though, so depending on what stars are possible here. Okay, if this is 8, then yeah. Dragite. Adamant's Bitter Recent Dragite is a good idea. Any Xyz... No, sorry. Synchro monster that's level 8. Even Stardust Dragon is in there. Maybe Bored Low Savage Dragon? Maybe. I see Dragite here. It's a good idea. I might as well have 2 of them. Are there any water monsters in the deck? No, there are not. We could take even more advantage of Dragite's effects in that way, right? Buster Dragon, maybe? I don't know. Out of the ones I have, so I don't have to craft any new ones. That's what we want to avoid, right? What is this button, by the way? Oh, simplified display. Oh, yeah, rarity display. Yeah. Yeah, I mostly go for the rarity display to see what I have to craft. Yeah, I need to remember about the displays. That's a faster way to check the stars. Again, to see what kind of Xyz monsters might be a good idea. Xyz that are... Yeah, Xyz 8. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. That has potential. Oh yeah, we got that Rika card. Wow, yeah, that's a really sick effect. Tributing a monster. It could be good, But well, I could just spend a long time taking a look at that. Let me delete the deck since I want to keep that slot open just in case. Do you wish to see the telephone FTK? I'll tell you now, the killing blow is a Bish Balkan burn. Yeah, sure thing, Gravity. We can take a look at that. If you... I'm guessing we're gonna see it in game, right? You'd have to give me your ID, I think. In the meantime, though, I might as well show you all that amazing duel I had on the... what was it? It was the Xyz Festival, right? It's a bit? Okay. If it's something on YouTube or something like that, then yeah. Depending on what it is, sure, we can open it. We can take a look at it. It's not important. You could link it to me and I could take a look at it after. Keep in mind, I may not understand a lot of what's going on. Okay. So, I'm not gonna show you the whole duel. I'm gonna speed through it. This is as fast as I can make it. I just want you to see what's going to happen with Xyz Bento right here. And then with Maxi. These are the two cards that were key to the madness that happened on this duel. I went and even deleted one of my old duels for that. You know, I'm at the limit for how many duels you can have saved. It's public, you can take a look at it if you add me. If you want my friend code, I guess I can give it to you off the stream. Wish I could speed it up even further or just skip to a specific turn or something. That'd be good. So, I activated Max C. Any special summon is gonna be a card draw. They do not hold back on the special summons at all. They summon and summon and summon and summon, as you're about to see, and my hand becomes humongous. I don't know what the exact number is. I think I'm gonna take a look at it now. I forgot about this little information button. So... they do it because they were sure they were going to finish the duel right here. But because of Xyz Bento's effect in the graveyard, I'm able to turn it around, as you will see. And then on the turn after that, I did a lot of things. I got really sweaty, like, a lot of the time I went under the 60-second time limit because I had so many cards, so it was so difficult to decide what to do. I had to make some quick decisions. I made some mistakes. Didn't cost me the duel, thankfully, but like, since I had a time limit there that was looming on me, I just did quick actions. Whatever was the quickest thing I could do without thinking too much about it. So I wouldn't make the best decisions in some cases. And I keep drawing cards, and they keep on summoning and summoning. Lots of Utopia-based cards. Good stuff, good stuff. Utopia Dragonar. Maybe I should take a look at their deck. I don't know if you can still check the opponent's deck from this replay. Look at how many cards I have already. 11 cards on my hand. Dragluvion. That's a lethal Xyz monster. I have Radiant, the multi-dimensional kaiju, which was very helpful to me also. On the next turn, and they keep summoning and summoning and summoning. And I keep getting cards on my hand. I have 16 cards. 17. 18 cards on the hand. And there it is. So, number 100 Numeron Dragon. This bad boy is about to get over 30,000 attack. Not gonna read the whole effect. I don't know what the reason is why I got so much, but... it's all the combined ranks is what I saw, but I think there's more into it because... okay, there it is. 39,000 attack! It's about to attack my Magna Liger. But then Xyz Bento saves the day. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one monster. We're gonna get an ad break soon. Bloody ad break, I can't postpone it. I don't wanna show you this while the ad break is going, like just in case. But it changes the position to defense position, as you see right there. And I do some effects here and there, other things go on. Not gonna say the details of all of it. But my hand has 19 cards. I have 19 cards on my hand. And from here on, the duel turns around. I don't know if I finish it on this turn, but I begin destroying their equipped cards with Harpy's Feather Duster. Raigeki destroys some of them. Or no, actually none of them, maybe? Okay, only a few of them. Radiant tributes one of them. They start to activate some effects, that's okay. There's still a lot I can do. I actually wasn't sure what it is that I could do because I don't know all their effects. So, yeah. Emergency teleport gets a blue layer there. I'm gonna pause it. I'll continue it after the ad break. We have a 90-second ad break incoming. In the meantime, let me take a look. Let me preview the video that Gravity linked. It's a short video. Very nice. I actually recorded this in case I would be able to upload it to Twitter. But no, I was not gonna be able to upload it because it's like 9 minutes long. Well, I didn't speed it up to its full speed, but still. I'll tell you what, Gravity, I'll take a look at it off the stream. I hope that's okay. But thank you for linking it. Again, I'm not gonna know a lot of what's going on in it, but hopefully I get to appreciate the madness with it. Let me drink some water. Maybe I should have shown this tomorrow instead. I mean, I can show it again tomorrow. Why not? I think we're gonna have the Genkai Battle song again tomorrow. But, just for a moment. If it all goes well tomorrow, because the plan is to have a Master Duel stream tomorrow, mostly for the event. Oh, and I think I'm gonna make it on YouTube. But well, things haven't exactly gone to plan lately, have they? Okay, let's resume here. 20 cards on my hand at some point. No, wait, never mind. I've already used some. Oh yeah, nearly 20 cards on my hand. It's the most I've ever had, I think. I don't remember all the different effects I did. It's all the different Super Quant effects. This is the Xyz Festival. So, it's only Xyz monsters. There's some linked monsters that would have been a good idea to summon. There's one in which you use 4 of your monsters and one of your opponent's monster. 5 tributes or materials for that. That could have been useful here. Could have been, maybe. So with this, I already have enough to summon King Great Magnus, using 3 of the mecha parts for that. But I'm gonna take it a step further. I am going to add... So I'm gonna activate all their effects, or... Well, actually, nearly all their effects. To put some materials on them so that King Great Magnus gets more materials, as you will see. I can use that effect of Magna Liger. I use the effect of Luster Rex, but I think I end up summoning another Magna Liger from there. I get Red Layer back here like that. I activate the effect of Magna Carrier just to get another Magna Liger, no problem. Because the other one has its effects negated, so I can give it more materials. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 materials ready for King Great Magnus, which we are about to summon. The Super Sentai Giant Robo is assembled. That's what I'm talking about. Oh no, I miscounted because I'm an idiot. It's 9 materials. Isn't that just wonderful? So the effects of Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus is the ace of the Super Quant deck, basically. Let's take a look at the effects and to show you how amazing it is. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 3 Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz monsters with different names from your graveyard. This card gains these effects based on the number of materials with different names attached to it. 2+, once per turn during the main phase quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, shuffle 1 card and fill it to the deck. Useful effect, right? But you don't want to use it too much because of the next effect. 4+, it is unaffected by card effects, except Super Quant cards. So you always want to have at least 4 of them. The only time in which you want to detach 1 of them, so you have less than 4, so you're shuffling 1 card on the field into the deck, is when a monster comes up that has more than 3600 attack, or even 3600 attack, because you know it's going to be able to destroy King Great Magnus by battle. The 2 main counters towards King Great Magnus to be able to get rid of it are having just more attack power and tributing it with a kaiju card or something similar. So those are things to keep in mind. There's some other counters, but well, not gonna get into them right now. I don't know all of them really. Unaffected by effects, otherwise the attack of that monster would have become 0. And I use Sky Thunder on Magna Liger, but I wasn't really thinking there because to activate Sky Thunder's effect, I need to have it with 2 materials and it only has 1. Because Magna Liger didn't have any materials on it. But again, what is not being pictured here is the time limit. I was under 60 seconds already there. So I wasn't fully thinking. Look at what happened right there. King Great Magnus didn't get affected, of course. And they fight my King Great Magnus. I received the damage because that's the effect of Draglubion. Draglubion, however you say it. And that's an effect on their part. The fact that King Great Magnus is not affected by effects doesn't really go into consideration here. So I still receive that damage. I shuffle one of the cards into the deck. Red Layer's effect activates. I don't know how exactly. Oh yeah, because I detached it as a material. Gotta get more cards summoned here. I don't remember what I did here. But basically the duel is mine from here on. Oh yeah, I get another King Great Magnus. I remember now. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking. I didn't need to get another Grand Pulse, I think, but I did that anyway. I wasn't fully thinking there. Fully being reasonable. But again, the time limit was pushing on me. But again, I get another Magna Liger, and I get a King Great Magnus with 6 materials on it. Isn't that fantastic? I have 2 Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus. That's the beautiful Super Sentai Mecha we get here. That's basically what it is, a Super Sentai Mecha. I use the effect to just shuffle Radiant back into my deck. And sometimes, oh yeah, and the other effect that I didn't read when it has 6+ cards is that the opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand by card effects. You don't necessarily need that, but if you can have that, it's a great boon. So I try to keep it if I can. But I'm not as stingy with that as I am with the 4+ effect. Materials are very important. The duel still hasn't finished here, but we basically get it on the next turn. I can just use the effect of the other King Great Magnus willy-nilly. If I go below 4 with this King Great Magnus, it doesn't matter. So I did it immediately when they summoned that card. It's fine. It's the first time I've ever had 2 of them, so that worked out nicely. Again, being able to draw that many cards with Max C helped out immensely. And that is the end of it. Super Quantaru. Finish! Super Quanta King Great Magnus Beam. I imagine that's maybe one of the attacks. Like an actual Super Sentai Mecha just throwing a beam or something like that. Yeah, the Live Man Mecha did throw a beam from what I've been seeing so far in it. Which is only 2 episodes so far. I might watch one of the episodes after the stream. Which is finishing now, actually. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me today. For the at last return from the Tech Repair Saga. I mean, I hope it's fully over. And the Building Maintenance and Renovation Saga. 2 things that prevented me from streaming. Mostly was the PC, the tech stuff. The maintenance thing would have just had me do a different schedule. I am hoping to return to like the 5-6 p.m. start time, Eastern start time for the streams. At least for now. My job situation may change to the point that I once again need to start like in the evening already, but for now it's possible for me to do it like this. You know, another idea I didn't talk about was that one way or another I still want to insist on doing Final Fantasy Fridays, in which I have 2 streams on Friday. One of them is a single player Final Fantasy on YouTube, and the other is a multiplayer Final Fantasy on Twitch. Sounds like a lot of fun. Don't know if I'm still, even if I have Fridays free, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna go through with it, but it's an idea I've been dancing around. But yeah, thank you Maniacs for joining me for all the catching up. I never seen 2 played before? Final Fantasy 2, really? I was actually in the middle of that. I did finish the first one, and I was gonna go through all of them. I started playing the second one, didn't finish it. At this point, I'm just going to restart it, especially for the stream. Final Fantasy 1, I'm also gonna replay. Ah, Magnus! You haven't seen 2 Magnus played before, yeah. I might have had other cards if it were not the Xyz Festival instead of that Magnus, that second Magnus. And if, of course, if I hadn't screwed with that Sky Thunder earlier, I would have just summoned Sky Thunder there. But again, I was too sweaty from the 60 minus 60 seconds time limit. So yeah, I didn't quite know what to do right there. There's some really good options for the raid right now. Some people playing Final Fantasy, some TokuTubers that are not playing that, but you know, TokuTubers are great to have right now. I have not raided this person in a while. Another TokuTuber right here, Kamen Rider OT. They're playing Hunt Showdown. So let's raid Kamen Rider OT. We went from Super Sentai to Kamen Rider because of Super Quant. Tomorrow, if we do the stream, I think we may not see that much of the Super Quant because we're mostly going to focus on the new event. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a look at the decks today. I may not play any duels today, but because it's about to start in like an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes or so. So yeah. Anyway, copy and paste either version of the raid message if you want to participate in it. There's also a subscriber raid message that I'm supposed to put in there somewhere, but yeah, for now, let's just do it like that. Alright. Man, the viewer count sometimes doesn't match what you get in the raid. It's so freaking weird. But anyway. Thank you so much, Maniacs, for being here with me for the catch-up and for the Master Duel Gacha. If everything goes well, we'll have a Master Duel YouTube stream. And then Fall Guys on Friday, we shall see though. It's been so unstable lately, I don't want to like say, oh, this is the plan, and then the plan just gets thrown to the trash. That like has happened lately. No, but with the most optimistic and positive of spirits, alright? I say to you today, Otsukaresama desu.